Hello, if you're here watching the VOD first, before I speak to people in chat, hi, we are playing the original Final Fantasy VII. It is modded. It is what I'm calling the restored FF7 playthrough. We are using the Shinra Archeology Cut, which is a mod with a all new translation of the original FF7, as well as deleted scenes. So there is a scene in today's playthrough where we are going to go to Nibelheim and then not Fort Conzor, Rocket Town, which is cut and not in Rebirth at least. We will be going there as well and playing through that. But there is a deleted Tifa scene, or a lost, kind of never created Tifa scene that was in the planning documents for Final Fantasy VII that we will be seeing here tonight in game. So welcome. You can find timestamps below in the description. I'll add those after the stream. So if you're watching this after, I know a lot of people watch after, so I want to do this little introduction before I talk to chat. So hi chat, how is it going? Let me switch over to our official just chatting screen, or maybe I just seek here for a little bit, although I don't have the music here. So yeah, let's switch over. Hi. Hello, everybody. I was dealing with a lot of tech issues at the start of this because as you all know, I made that big Rebirth video, and I had a lot of temp files on my computer for months since I made that. I actually have 3 hard drives, and I was kind of working across all of them in different forms. So I had a whole lot of just crazy like temp files for like from Premiere Pro and all that stuff. So I went last night and I cleared out, organized my PC like crazy, and I shit you not, I cut about 1.5 gigs worth of files between my different hard drives. So or terabytes, 1.5 terabytes from my collective hard drives. Which was a massive difference. But hello, Kramako, Barissa, shoot, what is your, I remember you mentioned your father's, I believe your father's. Hi, Sephiroth, Les Mosey, Krimako, Easy Mid, Cutest Ghost, thank you again for the sub. Let's Mosey, thank you again for the sub. Searchru, let's see, anybody that I missed? I think I caught everyone. Jake Lloyd, I believe I caught everyone that has chatted, as well as Grim Twin. What's going on? So yeah, we are doing a whole lot of stuff today. Not a whole lot of stuff, but you know me. So we're playing OG FF7. We have a bunch of stuff to chat about. One thing that I wanted to bring up before we get into the game, as you know, the Wednesday streams, I tend to sort of like go very just straight on into the game because we don't have a lot of time. So I like to play fairly early, unlike Sunday where we chat for like hours before we start playing. But I wanted to bring up this tweet that from Shinra Archeology Department. There was an interesting discovery today. It was just like mildly interesting. You know, you could read into it, and of course I am a bit. It doesn't prove anything, but it is interesting. So let me go to our watching screen and let me get set up. But this is a cool discovery from the Final Fantasy X Ultimania Omega. Let me just, you gotta adjust the size. It's not letting me. It's like grabbing everything but the browser. What is this thing? I don't even know what that is. Browser. My browser locked? It is. Okay. So let me just pull this. Shrink this down. So this is very cool, very interesting find on Shinra Archeology Department. So they tweeted this out today. Let me also bring chat so I could see it. So they tweeted out this thing, right? In the Final Fantasy X Ultimania Omega, Katase says there was a brief period where he and Nojima talked about maybe making a sequel to Final Fantasy VII. It was half in jest, but the ending leaves a lot of up in the air. We never find out what happened after Holy. There aren't any epilogue type episodes or anything. So here you can see the full quote. Although right now, the way that I have this set up might be hard to actually see. Here we go. It might be better. So we can, let's both do it this way. So this is from the Ultimania Omega for Final Fantasy X. But Katase says, let's see. So this time we decided to include a sort of epilogue with FF10 International. But when it came to thinking about another story set in the game's world, we had a surprisingly hard time. Everything was built so airtight. It was really difficult to expand things out. But positively, I guess it makes me appreciate just how solidly put together Final Fantasy X is. And yeah, I don't know much about the like inner workings of FF10 development. I don't know the date of this, when exactly the date of this was. It's whenever the FF10 Ultimania Omega came out, so we would just have to, I don't know, we have to look that up, I get. I don't know farther, so I don't know when it was published. But Nojima with let's see if we could find it. Hold on. FF10 Ultimania Omega release date. Well, it was around FF10 International, right? So, well, it says September 31st, 2002. So Advent Children came out, what, 2005? So this is published before, seemingly before, And then when did FF10 International, I don't know why I'm doing all caps, but when did that come out? 2002, yeah. Deleted the wrong thing. So yeah, 2002. So this came out, this Ultimania seems to come out 2002. So probably about 3 years before Advent Children. Nojima said, back with FF7, oh, like I said, I don't know much about the inner workings of how FF10 was made. Hi, Chimera Kate. I don't know the inner workings of how FF10 was made. I haven't heard like a lot of the stories, but seemingly that happened very, it seemed like even just playing the game, it feels like a very like coherent, smoothly put together game. Like everything, partially because like they had voice acting and all of that to sort of like account for. It's harder than to sort of like make changes on the fly like they did with FF7, where you all have to do is like type in new dialogue into the, like put the characters where they need to be. You kind of have to have it more planned out. I'm about 5 minutes behind. Anything critical or should skip forward to real time? Well, if you're 5 minutes behind, you can skip forward. You're not going to hear this, so I need to type it. You can skip forward at go gals. So yeah, so we're looking at the, I'll give Go Gauss a second to catch up. FF7 is, there are two Final Fantasies that I like really want to replay because my memories on them are like very hazy. Final Fantasy X is one of them. Final Fantasy VIII, I really want to replay. I think I would have like a very different experience with it now compared to when I was younger, when I played it, when I was like super young. I was like way too young to kind of like get it, I think. So I would really love another shot at FF8. And I do have that modded like crazy on my PC. And it looks amazing. So I need to get to it eventually. And I do plan to. I played about like 3 or 4 hours of it way back, or like back when I installed all the mods. I was really into it. I was really fucking into it. But anyway, so in this quote, so this is from the Final Fantasy X Ultimania Omega. Katase says, let's see. So this time we decided to include a sort of epilogue with FF10 International. And this came out again for Go Gauss who may have missed it. Call me Cruzzy, thank you again for subscribing. 2 months. Thank you so much. But this is the from the around the time, around 2002, so about 3 years before Advent Children came out. Katase said, let's see. So this time we decided to include a sort of epilogue with FF10 International, but when it came to thinking about another story set in the game's world, we had a surprisingly hard time. Everything was built so airtight, it was really difficult to expand things out. But positively, I guess it makes me appreciate just how solidly put together FF10 is. And then Ojima said back with FF7, we were able to just slap that Zack episode in there with the international version. But with 10, the main scenario's already so well blocked out that adding a new episode would just break the world we built. It'd just be gilding the lily. Come to think of it, there was a brief period where Nojima and I talked about making a sequel to FF7. And then the interviewer asked, a sequel to FF7? And then Katase expanded. He said, oh shoot, I gotta adjust this. Where Katase then says, zoom in. Hold on. And then Katase said, I mean, it was half in jest, but Final Fantasy VII's ending cutscene leaves a lot up in the air. We never find out what happened after Holy. There aren't any epilogue type episodes or anything. We just suddenly skip forward 500 years, right? There's a lot of room to fill that gap, a lot of room for imagination. And since we've all been working together since FF7, myself, Nojima, and Nomura, there was this excited moment where we thought maybe it'd be worth giving it a try, given that we're all together. Obviously now they're all together again with Remake. But there's more to all of this. So then to pull, they talked more about, they added some more like clarity on that. And they said, let's make sure you guys can see it. Yeah. Oh, gotta pull this in more. Add a little bit. There we go. So the interviewer is asking, so did that talk about a sequel to FF7 lead anywhere? Nojima, I personally felt that 7 and 10 are fairly connected as is, so I didn't really need any more out of 7. Interviewer, 7 and 10 are connected, you say? I mean, not in a major way. It's just that in my head, what happens to people after they die is basically the same. I wrote both games based on the same idea, and sometimes glimmers of that shine through, like the Fireflies being green, stuff like that. So turning into something green after you die, that's right. As I see it, the Fireflies are like the 7's live stream. So obviously he plays with like similar ideas. People have connected the two games. They've thrown in Easter eggs, like the whole Shinra thing in FF10 too. So like that stuff has always been part of it. I don't know if there's anything here. Oh yeah. So then the next quote was Katase, when we were trying to come up with an epilogue for FF10 International, the idea of reincarnation was a strong contender. I'd wondered if it was somewhat based on 7. Then Nojima said, right, as long as the live stream exists, this or that kind of thing can happen. Interviewer, reincarnation, he said, so who's going to be reborn and how? Nojima says, that is a secret. It involves someone unexpected ending up in another world. So this is like, obviously, this is related to 10 specifically. He's talking about the 10 epilogue, like what they would do. So, not necessarily related, but like, the ideas of another world, all of that kind of stuff. Interestingly, kind of relatable to things they've explored with 7. But what I found interesting was like the discussion of a potential 7 sequel. Granted, they may have explored some of that with Advent Children, right? Because this is before Advent Children came about 3 years before. So, the compilation then kind of stepped in, and that's maybe how they kind of like explored some of those ideas, especially since they talked about like epilogue stuff. And when you think about what Advent Children is, it's like, 2 years after the original. So they kind of, it is sort of like the epilogue in some ways to FF7. But I just found it interesting. I like my crazy brain, my crazy theory bro brain went to the idea of like how they've talked about, like, basically they've explored stuff before of like how, like, they've been thinking about things to do with FF7 for forever, right? So 2002, they were talking about like, maybe we do a sequel. When the remake project sort of like started, there was this quote from the Remake Ultimania that, roughly when did the FF7 remake project begin? The project itself actually existed for quite a long time. Back when we were developing the compilation of FF7, it was launched as the 5th entry after Advent Children, before Crisis Core, Dirge of Cerberus, only as a project plan. However, since I was the only person attached, it went dormant. I always thought that was like sort of interesting, the fact that like Remake was originally planned as like part of the compilation, like arguably the final part of the compilation. So they've just had like so many ideas related to FF7 and like where it can go, how they can build on it. Obviously, they explored a lot of that probably in the compilation itself, like the actual published compilation. But, of course I want to like get a little crazy and think of like, oh, was there a, do some of these ideas, like I said here in my tweet, it's not proof of anything, but does show that they were batting around ideas that may explain why FF7R feels like a pseudo meta sequel at times, right? They've played with like so many ideas related to FF7. I'm gonna try to eat some food. So while I try to get some food before getting to the game, what have you all been thinking about or playing? I'm really looking forward to after stream playing the final 2 episodes of Dispatch, because it's a pretty good game. It's not like, I think it's a little over hyped. Like, it is like enjoyable, super enjoyable. And I'm just looking forward, almost like a TV show. Think about Game Awards. Yeah, where are we? We are almost less than 30 days, right? December 11th. The Game Awards. Actually, since we're talking about it, it's Thai. That's pad Thai is what I'm eating. Hayabusa. Yeah, we're 29 days out. Let me actually pull up this tweet related to the Game Awards from my friend that you all know, Schrodinger's baby Seal, because he was like engaged in all the discourse around like yesterday's Sony State of Play, the Japanese only State of Play. So I really didn't expect anything from that show. But he had tweeted this. It's like, I know you're all, the first tweet, he was quoting himself. I just want you all to realize that any disappointment you feel is your own fault. Bit aggressive, but then he said, like, listen, I wanted to, but I really don't think we should expect anything from 7R this year, just considering the scope of their multi-plat strategy and the status of the Western Division, the layoffs and everything too. I'm not always right about everything, but my record is pretty solid and stuff like this. And his record is pretty solid. Like, in the lead up to Rebirth, we would talk about like, oh, do you think a trailer is going to show up at this or that show? And usually when he said yes, we got one. When he said he didn't think so, we didn't. So I'm trying not to do. I will be here regardless. We will watch it live. We will react to it. I think when he's talking about the Western division, he's talking about the layoffs. There are all those layoffs, and a lot of those layoffs were like marketing PR people, from what I understand. So, if like your marketing arm is sort of like heavily impacted, in the lead up to the Game Awards, that might change plans. I also do wonder if like GTA 6 getting moved to like fall, how much like that impacts your plans, like your timing for things. I mean, to me, that's all the more reason to put a trailer out for Game Awards. Because let's say you put a trailer out Summer Games Fest time, that's June. GTA 6 is like November. You could do like a trailer maybe at a Sony State of Play in September. You could maybe do obviously you do Game Awards next year, but that means that in that like 6 or so months, let's say it comes out January 2027, just for sake of argument, you know, if you're then trying some marketing blitz between that like June to January window, now suddenly fucking GTA 6 dropped in the middle of that. So that's gonna pull attention away. So, you know, if I were them, I would at least entertain trying to get Game Awards this year. So hopefully he's wrong. But we'll find out for ourselves, right? Yeah, and they keep saying in the near future, Les Mosey, you're right. Like if they push like Summer Games Fest, right? It's hard to qualify that as like the near future. And if it's like or if you do it, let's say, because a lot of times like Sony will have a state of play around like February. Like an early year state of play around February. That may fit. But if you're gonna do something in that period, why not just do Game Awards, right? That's when you have the most potential eyeballs. And if you're trying to go multi-plat, you want to be at the Game Awards more than you want to be at a Sony show. Unless, and I really don't see why you want to do this necessarily. Unless you want it to be like, unless you wanted to reveal it, but you would have to, it would have to then be day one multi-plat. Unless you wanted to like reveal it at like an Xbox show just to prove how multi-plat it is. But again, I would just do Game Awards. I got tickets. I'm going to be there this year. You're going to be at Game Awards this year, Easy Mid. I thought about it, but it's like so much expense. And I'm planning to go to Summer Games Fest next year. And it'll be fun to like stream and react to it. But yeah, let me like catch up with some things in chat. The western side of SE is gutted. A lot of agenda pushing people, not everyone obviously, but I've been keeping up with the layoffs, and it's a lot of people who have no business being in the industry. Jesus. I feel like awards side is going to be an indie and AA sweep this year, and it definitely feels like the bigger studios really don't want to compete with Expedition 33, Silksong, Hades 2. I mean, this year's, yeah. They were cheap. Yeah, like Summer Games Fest tickets when I went this year weren't too bad either. Let's get a couple more bites. I'm gonna save the rest for after stream. All right, so we'll get started with the game. I'm just gonna go to BRB real quick so I can put this food away. God, I swear, peanut sauce is fucking crack. All right, so let me open up Seventh Heaven. Move OBS over here. Move chat over here. What exactly is Restored Secrets? I'm glad you asked, Don Shata. So we have a mod installed called, and I can quickly go to the page for it so you can see. Shinra Archeology. That's right here. So there is this mod from Shinra Archeology. If you're on Twitter or anything, there's an account called Shinra Archeology Department. This is their official site. And they provide a lot of like translations, like official translations, and a lot of like information about the development of Final Fantasy VII. They also have a really awesome YouTube channel that's under a different name, so that when they do non-FF7 related stuff, like it doesn't feel weird because it's called Shinra Archeology. But they have a page called Last Elixir Productions, where they have these really awesome videos that go into the detail of like the Shinra Arch mod. All the new Shinra Archeology stuff cut from Square, right? Really want to try it. So some of it was cut, some of it was planned, but then never made. So for example, some of the stuff that they have is like scenes that have like entire maps built and stuff. So we played this on stream a few weeks back. But this was like a scene in the original Honeybee Inn where you walk in and this is the first screen you get. But this wasn't like the first, but they just cut this. But you go around, you go into like the dressing room, other kind of like moments. There's like some other kind of like character interactions that happen. And an Odie in chat and on the Twitch chat worked on this mod, and he says we're on version 1.416 now. And so the site's not fully updated. But they have like these scenes. So sometimes they are bigger updates like this whole like Honeybee Inn sequence, which was really good. It was really funny. Or sometimes it's just like bits of dialogue that they cut out for time and for pacing probably. But for example, during this whole during the scene where Jesse gives Cloud sort of the download on like what Avalanche is and what they're doing and how Midgar works, there's all this extra dialogue that they cut that was a bit more about like her personal background, and you get to learn more about Jesse. The intro had like some dialogue over it. So there were just scenes where there was another like Tifa Cloud like sort of like flashback or chat about the past that was in the files. So there's a lot of these scenes that didn't make it in the original, were cut in the original. Today's scene, as I understand, is a scene in Nibelheim, and it was never programmed or written into the game itself. It was in a planning document where there was like a script basically for this sort of conversation with Zangen. So it just gives us like some extra, I don't know all the details in it, but like it just gives some extra I think context to what happened to Tifa after like Zangen saved her. So we will see it for ourselves, and with that, let's get into it. So let me pull the game up. I also need to turn on my OG one. Move my camera a bit. That a bit. Let's play. Okay, Mara, now you're caught up. Perfect. What I do like about watching streams on YouTube is, hold on, where's my chat? Watching streams on YouTube is the like ability to, is there no audio here? Okay, perfect. Is sort of like rewinds and then like watch at like 1.5x speed or something. Hey, Final Fantasy Files, let's find out if Tifa Scar is real. Yeah, let's see. I also need to move this. I'm just going to hide my taskbar so I could just focus on the game. Okay. So we are here outside of Nibelheim, ready. And if you haven't seen, also, I have a bunch of like visual mods. I think it was Jake who asked about the modding. So for example, this is the world, like the Gaia world mod. So you can pull out and you can sort of like see the world at its fullest, which is my favorite mod in the entire, of all the OG mods. I think this is my favorite one. Actually, right to the right here, down here, that's Lucrezia's cave, right? Weirdly enough, I never really connected how close it is to Nibelheim. So Vincent's like here in the basement, and then Lucrezia is right over here. I never connected those dots. It should be obvious. I'm sure like hardcore 7, like hardcore 7 fans are like, this guy didn't know that? But I never noticed that. Hey, Taro. I'm just gonna say Taro until you like, unless you want me to say a different say it a different way. Let me just check my party. So I got Tifa and Aerith. That's cool. Let's do Tifa and Aerith. Oh, I'm getting stuffy. Oh no, the weather's hitting me. The winter weather might be catching up to me. What the? Shouldn't this be all burnt down? It should. Insane how fans have eventually made an HD remaster of the OG, yeah. Then how even my house is still here? And I have the, before I first started streaming, I turned on this like Tifa Advent Children outfit mod just to like see what it looked like. And I kept forgetting to turn it off, or like, because I like having the defaults for everyone, but I also really like the Tifa Advent Children outfit, so I've kind of just rolled with it at this point. Then how even my house is still there? Isn't something a little off? I didn't make anything up. I remember it all, the roaring of the flames. It's obviously the questioning of that. Some songs just transport you back in time to your first playthrough. Anxious Heart does that to me every time. Astronaut fans are the most incredible people. Props. Also, let me just make sure the volume. Do like a 4. There we go. He's so defensive here, yeah. I would be too, you know? He's understandably very confused. I actually do need to rest, but let's ask a question first. This village is supposed to have burned down 5 years ago. What the hell is going on? Sir, I can't allow you to say such queer things. Strange things. The original like definition of that word. But I was born and raised in this town. I can assure you no such incident ever occurred. And Tifa, I'm sorry, but you're lying. So Tifa's in on this too, right? Like, and I think, is this extra dialogue also Odie? I can't remember if this Tifa dialogue happened in the original, like when you talk to the innkeeper. My gut is that it didn't, but I don't remember. This is normal? Okay. What rudeness. If you insist on saying such preposterous things, I have no choice but to ask you that you leave. Yeah, I have like a vague recollection that this was there too. I do need to rest though, so let's do that also. So yeah, also you'll see often through these playthroughs of this mod, partially because like there is a new translation, so like words are just also different than what I remember. I'd be like, oh, that's new, and it's not new. That feels new, not new. So here, the original. Oh, there's the paint. There's the picture frame in Crisis Core that's haunted, right? I actually do like that quest in Crisis Core. I have to ask you to leave. By the way, this, yeah. But you know, I'm glad that they don't really like stick to choice and consequence, like it's a Fallout game or something, or Elder Scrolls or whatever. Reunion must go. Actually, what did he say at first? Oh, I missed his first dialogue. I'm checking the Mako boiler right now. Please don't interrupt my work. The Mako boiler? I didn't even realize there were Mako boilers. I guess it makes sense, but I don't know. Does it though? But you have like a water boiler, right? It's not like you have an electricity boiler or gasoline boiler. Oh, I thought like a cutscene was about to play. It's just a item shop menu. Nice time we got here, huh? We've been running this store for ages. You're lying. Do you have some kind of history with this town? Yeah, I was born and raised here. Stayed till I was 14 years old, and I don't remember ever seeing you around. Now who's lying? So everyone doubting Cloud as you go around. What happens if I say I don't have a history? No, I don't. Never mind. All right, nothing. Oh, he sighs, right? He's like, phew. He's actually relieved that we don't have a history. That's kind of interesting. Maybe powered by Mako. Thoughts on Zangen coming back for part 3? Maybe he shows up in Wutai and teaches Tifa's. Yeah, I definitely think there'll definitely be Zangen. They've already built him up a little bit. So I think, yeah, for sure. He's got a 12 tattooed on him. There's something in his hand. Yeah, give me that item. Give me an elixir. Can you hear it? The voice of Sephiroth. Reunion. Yeah, they're kind of like talking, which is sort of interesting for later. I just need some water, hold on. Gotta talk to the dog. He's whining. Poor guy. All right, Cloud's house. Can I help you? Help me wrap my head around this. I lived in this house till I was 14 years old. But more importantly, why isn't this whole village a pile of ash? What a ridiculous thing to say. Get out of here and don't come back. This is my house, lady. This is my damn house. You have any items at least? No. And what good are you? You got the clone robed voice. Thank you, Final Fantasy Files. I've been trying. I've been practicing. All right, I've been practicing. Oh, so here's the extra scene. So after you visit your house, Zangen walks out of Tifa's house. This is the new scene. So again, this was speak of the devil. So this scene was apparently scripted and in the planning documents for Final Fantasy VII, but was never actually like produced and made. So the guys at Shinra Archeology, as I understand, took the the character models and like made this scene out of the script. I forgot to mention on Discord, but Zangen's model is on this map. Oh, really? So Zangen's model was already here on the map. He just wasn't activated. So he did at least start implementing it, however briefly. Got it. So let's talk to him. Master Zangen. Hold on, I thought my phone was going off. Master Zangen. Tifa! It looks like you're all recovered now. I could have sworn you were a goner back then. Again, someone else also sort of like backing up Cloud, right? Because Cloud thought this as well. I can't recall what happened at that time. All I remember is chasing Dad into the Mako reactor and then I got slashed by Sephiroth. That's where my memory stops. The next thing I know, I was in a hospital in Midgar. So interesting, right? So Tifa actually does support the story as the player knows it up to this point, right? So she is saying like, I followed him, I got slashed. Zangin also confirms that she was, she looked nearly dead. So everything so far is still reinforcing what Cloud had set up in the Nibelheim flashback. So even more reason for the player to believe in Cloud, which then, when you get to the point where that gets questioned, it would have been interesting if they still had this dialogue. Ha ha ha. So you don't remember how you got here? Well, what happened next? After I left the hospital, I started working in a bar called Seventh Heaven, but pretty soon the bar's owner passed away and I took charge of it. And this is actually what the lore is in Traces of Two Paths, in terms of like her taking over after the owner passed away. Sure, you did show me that scar again. Around that time, I had a conversation with someone that really moved me, and I ended up joining this organization, Avalanche, and the person who moved her was Jesse. And if you read Traces of Two Paths, there's a lot more about the Jesse and Tifa relationship that brings her into Avalanche. But interesting that they have like a lot of the core beats of what happened to Tifa in the original like documents, right? So obviously they expand on it in Traces of Two Paths, but they already had the kind of like bones of it here. Anyone who's interested enough in lore to watch his streams should definitely read Traces. Yeah, Traces is very good. Ha ha ha. A certain person from a certain organization, huh? I guess growing up means having more things to hide. But what really matters is that you're doing well. The person who saved me back then, was it you, Master? How dare she skip over the part where she sold buns and got scanned? Yeah. I don't think they had those details planned out. I'm not sure saved is the right word. I was asleep at the inn when it all happened. I woke up from the noise and the heat and saw the village in a sea of flames. I went from house to house trying to rescue the villagers, but it was no good. So that really did happen, didn't it? So Cloud is getting like affirmation, right? This place, everything's just as it was before the incident. Wondered if it maybe never happened at all, so even Zangin had that question. But I knew that couldn't be, so I did a little investigating. Did anything turn up? It was all Shinra's doing. They've rebuilt this village to look the same as it used to. They even went to the trouble of filling it with residents. But why would they? There must have been a tremendously important secret they were keeping here. So Shinra did it to protect their secret. I don't see why they had to go through those lengths. They could have just sent their troops in and scorched the village. They could have erased any evidence. But something like that would have raised too many eyebrows. Which obviously is what they did essentially with Corel, right? Shinra must have wanted to avoid even the merest hint of suspicion. All the town's real inhabitants died, after all. But what happens when people who were born... Oh, this is interesting, right? But what happens when people who were born here come back to visit? It seems like a few did, and they were killed. So that's gnarly as shit, right? That they... Like, this adds, like, another even menacing part to the Nibelheim cover-up, which was always, like, it always felt darker. I do agree with that. Like, I know people, like, weren't super into the Nibelheim that they portrayed in Rebirth. Even though I will say that when we go up into Tifa's house and we read the sort of, like, notes from the scientist that was, like, staying there, you see that they did start, like, a treatment facility for the clones. So it does add up, but it just does feel like darker here in the original. Yeah, like it seems like a few did, they were killed. So if people actually showed up to Nibelheim to add to sort of like the darkness of the original version, if people who showed up to Nibelheim that were originally from there, they're like, they were killed by Shinra. So they're really dedicated to the cover up, which may explain also why that NPC in the first house or whatever that we stopped in was like, when I said, oh, I don't have a connection to the past, he said few, right? Like he sort of like sighed some relief because maybe he knows, right, like what happens to people who are from Nibelheim. You've seen that thuggish group prowling around, haven't you? I have not. I have not seen a thuggish group looking around. Odie, was there supposed to be like a thuggish group? Like sort of, oh, you're explaining it. The thuggish looking group doesn't really have an analog in the final game. Let's say in Shinra Archeology Cut canon, it's the Turks. Oh, I'm not thinking about it any harder than that. Got it. Okay. What is it they're trying so hard to hide? That, I'm afraid, I couldn't say. With Shinra, there's no telling what sorts of horrid things they'd want buried. Some of those strange people in black cloaks are loitering around the old manor on the edge of town. Perhaps a clue lies there. Tifa, I've grown old over these past 5 years. I can't claim to be the martial artist I once was. But you, even after all the hardships you've endured, you look sharper than you ever were. Dark times lie ahead, so never forget the core tenets of my Zengen-style martial arts. You have so much more potential to grow. When the time is right, you'll be ready for the final lesson I've prepared for you. So whoever in chat was like, do you think we'll see him show up in part 3 with some like final lesson, a final limit break, potentially? Seems, at least it's written here, that could happen. Well, I'd best be off. Lingering in a place like this is ill-advised. You take care now. Odie and Chad, who have worked on this. Maybe in early dev, there were some suspicious guys loitering around town. Also, everything after Cloud saying what the secret is was written by me because the transcript's abruptly cut off. Got it. Well, there wasn't much that you added, right? Satsuli's cloaks. Have to get it. Bring to Sephiroth. Only then become one with Sephiroth. This guy's got a number 5. Chat, remind me, if I want to get Tifa's like limit break and whatnot, do I have to do the piano thing here, or was that in the Nibelheim flashback in Calm? I can't remember, but I'll definitely like look it up to make sure I do the piano thing if I need to. He's got an 11 tattooed on him. Turbo Ether. Must go reunion. So interesting, because you've seen these like guys talk quite a bit, right? I wonder if because at least I remember in the original there was like dialogue when you read the scientist notes that it's like now they're like we'll see if it's still there. He's got a 4 tattooed on him. Platinum fist. Oh, Tifa weapon. Where are you, Master Sephiroth? Union. They should cast me to be just a clone. That's all I need to do. I would like to be in the game as a clone. That's all I need. Periodic report to Professor Hojo. Copy activity. There has unfortunately still been no movement of copies away from the village. As previously reported, the copies are acting as though they sent something. So also interesting note that this translation uses the copies language, which is what they use in Crisis Core. So it matches up with Crisis Core and I'm sure the original, which is why it's translated this way. Personally, I kind of like the clones language more, but I understand it. It just sounds weird to call a person a copy. That always like rubbed me weird in Crisis Core. But yeah, it's the same term between OG and Crisis Core. Yeah, I'm sure. So yeah, that was the original word. It's just like maybe in native English, like clone just sounds more natural for like describing a copied person, right? It's like you see a lot of like movies or TV shows that have clones in it and they call them copies. It's just a weird word in English, in my opinion. However, they continue to do nothing more than deliriously mutter. So again, here it's saying, so this is the scientist report, it's saying they continue to do nothing than deliriously mutter. Reunion and Sephiroth are 2 commonly heard phrases. And I remember when I was playing before I played Rebirth, I wondered, maybe it's not, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but in the original translation, it basically says like they say nothing but Reunion and Sephiroth. So I wondered the fact that they like said more things. Like when you talk to them now, they're like, where are you, Master Sephiroth? Like they're saying like whole sentences. I wondered if it like showed is sort of like gaining not necessarily consciousness, but like as events move toward, you know, the Northern Crater and the actual reunion, if they start to say more things. Otherwise, they show no sign at all of setting off toward another location. Confidentiality status: a total of 8 individuals have visited the village since DOF previous knowledge. Fortunately, none had knowledge of the incident 5 years ago. As such, it remains confidential that the village was rebuilt to precisely match its appearance before the fire. The staff we hired to imitate townspeople continue to improve the quality of their performance, making the likelihood of any further future incidents remote. This concludes the report. Copies makes it sound, yeah, more like they're made of paper. Copy sounds more dehumanizing. If it's Hojo's mode, yeah, that's true. So yeah, chat, do you know if I need to do something with the piano here? Actually, I do have my strategy guide, so I can just check the Nibelheim section real quick. And we are moving, by the way. Like, I know haven't been doing a lot of streams, but like when you think about it, right? Like we have Nibelheim, then Rocket Town, Gold Saucer Time. Like we're nearing the end of disc 1. I just want to know if I need to do anything with the piano. It's the Brady Games guide from back in the day. Check Tifa's house and you'll find the piano from Clouds. Remember the tune you played? I don't remember the tune. What is the actual tune? This doesn't tell me. I'm sure there's like, it's probably on some page. But, oh wow, look at the OG map too. Where the hell is the tune? I wonder if I missed an opportunity with the tune, like if I had to do it. I don't remember if I did it in the flashback. I feel like I didn't. So I mean, I might be screwed. Because don't you have to like play it at some point before the ends in order to sort of like set up having the doesn't say it here either. My memory is that you had to like do something earlier in the game to unlock. Maybe it's just like the extra gill or materia or something. There's like an extra thing in, you have to do it after Cloud's Mako poisoning incident. So you don't have to do the tune earlier. Let's see. I just want to like find it. So I could do it real quick, just for the hell of it. FF7, OG, piano, notes, Tifa. Gets you an elemental? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go off of the Google AI answer. Let's see how correct it is. It gives me like the actual button presses. So let's see. Just a little. Oh. Actually sounds right. Feels like it's not complete though. I've heard that melody before, not sure how I managed to play it so well. Through the help of a search engine. That's how. I guess I got it. Yeah, I thought there was like one more note. All right, hold on. Here's a Game FAQs version of it. It looks kind of the same though. I mean, it's all it's giving me. Yeah, I guess that's it. All right, cool. So we can move on. Something about, I just wanted to do it anyway, you know, like it feels right to play Tifa's theme while we're here. All right, that's it. how did you guys do on the piano in Rebirth? So I actually have, and I did find the clips. Maybe I'll play it. Maybe I'll play it Sunday. I'll play like the full batch. But check this out. I'll play one of them. I'll play one of them. I did find my recordings. I did like the 5-speed. Oh shoot, where is it? I have like 5-speed perfect completion of a lot of them. Let's let the battles begin, because that one was a bitch. Hold on. Let's get a volume mixer. Check this out, chat. Check this out. Media player. This is me doing Let the Battles Begin perfect. Five speed. I may have had HDR turned on. I was close to fucking up. $256. Great. 0 good, 0 bad, 0 misses. That was fun. I loved doing the piano challenges. I haven't done Sephiroth, so there's like a Sephiroth song, I think. I think One Winged Angel is like the last one. I haven't done that one yet. But I did all the other ones. We'll maybe watch more of those on a Sunday. But now I'm into it. The 2 legs one is crazy too. Hold on. Fuck it. Oh, I didn't have this full. This is just such a weird song. Like, it's like off, like the left and right are like not totally synced a lot of time. The other thing that I hate about the song, especially a lot of the songs, is they have like extra notes that automatically play, but you don't control. So like your brain is like, oh, I should be hitting notes, but you don't have to. Yeah, I kept the volume on. And actually, it did get to a point where, like, once I knew it so well, and it took like hours, but once I knew it so well, it almost felt like playing an instrument. And playing at faster speed was always easier for me, for whatever reason. I would usually do at least 3 speed, but then I got to a point where I only played 5. Almost fucked up. Hours, chat. Hours. I actually do love like that part of that song. This part right here. $205. Star rank. Super fun. I had a lot of fun with the piano. All right. Let's get back into it. The only problem now is like now looking at that footage, I'm like, man, I had the HDR turned on my PS5 because I was like recording my PS5 playthrough. And the colors just look terrible. What else are you amazing at? Not like the super fights. I haven't done the super fights yet. Reunion. Are these like, I never understood this. Odie, do you have like any insight, having seen the models themselves? Are these baby copies? Like, what is going on with the size of these copies? I need some insight. These are the kids who lived here in the flashback. Why are they baby robes though? Were they experimented on and just like hyper quickly turned into like the lore of why they're baby robes still doesn't add up to me. Were they experimented on, I guess, as children and then got into degradation that fast? I don't know. I'm like, maybe it's rule of cool, right? Like maybe the developers are just like, you know, it'd be really fucked up to have like kid versions, just like child versions of the robes. Yeah, Hojo's coming for everybody. Nobody's safe. He's calling. Sephiroth is calling. So again, like they're doing like full ass sentences. Master Sephiroth, he is near. So again, the fact that they like seem to say more than what the researchers note mentioned, like, I don't know, my headcanon is that like as Sephiroth, like he is near, like as Sephiroth gets closer, as Jenova gets closer, as the reunion gets closer, they sort of are able to sort of like articulate a little more. They have the same speech patterns as the kids in the flashback. The implication is that Hojo even used kids, yeah. Inside the manor, Master Sephiroth. '90s edgy. Okay, so we have some stuff to do in this thing, right? We got lost number, right? I probably should have saved before I tried lost number. Yeah, I should do that actually. Because lost number has whooped my ass before. I don't want to have to do all of that dialogue, including the Zang and stuff again. Lost number, I do know like Seal Evil really helps against it from what I remember. I just want to, I know I need to like do certain things to get the clues or the password or whatever. Maybe I'll just like punch in the password rather than find it. Is there any value to like finding the locations of the clues, Odie? Like, is there any extra dialogue or anything by any chance? Or should I just, can I just put in the combination? That's fine. Not really. Okay. I'm just going to put in the combination. It's kind of fun, but whatever. Chucklemog was always broken. Do I have that? I'm sure I do. How do I sort my materia? Organize. I guess somebody has Chocomog. Oh no. Swap. There it is, Ifrit. Tifa's Ramo. Red 13 is Titan. Oh, do I not have Chocomog? Maybe I never got Chocomog. Whoops. Whoopsie. Oh, and Aerith has like nothing. Hold on. It's almost like the Mortal Kombat whoopsie. I actually have 2 magnifies. Do I have time magic by any chance? No. Now, the hardest part of Lost Number, weirdly enough, is actually like doing the stupid combination within the time limit. This might take a while because every time I've messed up with this. Oh, and also I have a new Tifa. I have the Platinum Fists. Oh, they're not as good. Tiger Fangs. Those are the hot shit. Okay. Does Cloud have his best one? He doesn't. Aerith does, I remember. Up in here. Alright, here we go. Right 30, so 36, 10, 59, 97. 36, 10, 59, 97. Ah, shit. Whatever. 36, 10, 59, 97. You can't go past it. Ah! It's so temperamental. $36. 10. 59. Ah, damn it. Damn it, I went past it. Got it. Okay. Okay. Always preferred getting purple form physical. I'm pretty sure you can stop it. I don't have time materia either, and I don't have Chocomog, sadly. I mean, I think I'm fairly leveled, so hopefully it's not too hard for me. At a certain point, like, it favors physical, right? It, like, does one or the other. Let's try regular physical attack also. 292, pretty good. Ow. See if I can. Is there anything to steal? Nothing. Okay. Ow. Try death blow. It's always like very low opportunity, like likelihood to get death blow off, but oh, nice. 586. Try Quake. Ah. All right, I got Seal Evil off. Damn, Tifa. Oh, he's a punching bag right now. He's a punching bag right now. So Zex, there is a mod called Modder's Heaven that is a bunch of models, but I just use the enemy models since there doesn't seem to be a good dedicated mod for that. You have to get on Gamers Nexus. I might look at it after. I mean, I already have like a ton of mods right now. I don't want to like break anything. Basement key. Odin. I forget. Can I get Vincent before talking to Sephiroth? Because like it would make more sense that I could only get Vincent after talking to Sephiroth. Since otherwise you'd be like, yeah, we just saw him when we talked to Vincent. It's Odin's birthday today? Or Odin's day today? Oh wow, they made Ramu into Gandalf? Oh my god. Oh damn, only magic right now. Wednesday is named after Odin, got it. Oh, now it's switched. Now it wants physical attacks, okay. Man, these things were a bitch in Rebirth. In hard mode, those things are tough. Yeah, hated those in Rebirth. Yeah, me too, Delta. I mean, it was kind of fun, right? To like really balance it out. Like it made it engaging. I will say that. They were a real pain in hard mode. One of like the hardest like regular enemies. Actually, my second hard mode run, which is what I did on stream with you all, wasn't too bad. Like I think I figured them out pretty well. But the first time through, especially because it's like your first time really using Kid Sis like kit, they were really tough. Because like you're not even used to using Kate Sith. Remember these things in Crisis Core? Like there's you have to like peek through the keyhole in the rooms and like count them. Were these things in Rebirth? Those like enemies, the floating pumpkins? I don't remember. I'm sure they were. The only thing that wasn't, which is a sin. Where is he? Hold on, we gotta find him. That's another pet peeve. He did not have our boy. Where is he? Come out. Not these guys. Not the dorky faces. Nobody cares about the dorky faces. Hanging Anchorman, yeah. The swinging blade guy. I do love how like the animations look in this mod. It's like 60 frames per second, and like they actually look like proper. Ah, shit. They keep confusing the party. Holding out hope that he comes up in part 3. I don't know. There's not really like much reason to even go back to Nibelheim. I mean, I'm sure they can add something, but there's no like part of the story where you explicitly have to go back. I didn't get ethers. She's not the one who has the healing materia either. It's Aerith who has the healing materia. He could just appear out of in another context. Oh damn, Miguel, what's going on? Thank you for subscribing. But yeah, where the fuck is he? Where does this go? Oh, it's right back here. Forgot about back here. Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? There he is! There he is, chat. The goat. What's his name? Guido Feo. The Guido. Roche. Yeah. That's just Roche. That's OG's Roche. Can't you just walk away? He's attached to the ceiling. Well, now he's not. Now he's on his ass. And now he's dead. Yeah, what's my limit levels right now? Oh, Ascension. Just gained Ascension. I was just thinking about it. Got Ascension. She's still on level 1. Why is Cloud like so cracked on the limit breaks? Like he's almost like he just got his second level 2. Everyone else is still level 1. Are there any? Oh yeah, there is. Twin Viper. That's for Vincent, right? I think you have to get enough kills to get to level 2. Ah. Shit, not these things. They're gonna start confusing me. I can't reach that room from here. It's a whole different way. Oh, is it over here? It is. Forgot about this. Oh, no, I don't like these things because they confuse the party and then they start attacking each other. Dorky breath. See, look at this. Look at them. Look at them. Silver megaphone. Okay. All right, let's check on our boy Sephiroth. These damn dorky faces. Fine. They moonwalk their way. Oh, it didn't kill them, damn. Shit. Oh wow, he was... Oh, she unconfused him, that's right. Maybe FF7 OG with these mods are the real requel, considering the fact that Tifa has her Advent Children outfit. By the way, you're on Just Chatting. Oh! Thank you for the reminder. Forget to do that. Let's watch. Stream manager. Final Fantasy VII. All right. Fixed. Thank you. Where's my chat? There it is. Oh, they're not creaking. It might be because like this mod has like a footsteps thing. Yo, Sleep Easy, what's going on? Late night stream? Not that late. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock. I mean, I know it's late for you because you go to sleep pretty early. This is like early to me. This is like the morning practically. But yeah, Wednesday nights we do the OG FF7 with the Shinra Archeology mod. Sundays are when we do the newer games. But yeah. So we're here. We did talk about Crisis Core technically, kind of. I mentioned how in Crisis Core you need to like find the dorky faces through the keyholes. So we did that. We talked about that because we fought a million dorky faces. But welcome in. God, I love this Vincent music so much. Damn, bro's gonna do Blizzard on me? Ow. Ow. Oh, he's tough. Oh, he's tough. I may have to run. Ow. Ow. That gravity did nothing. Oh, Cloud's dead. How's the Queen's Blood and mod coming along? Who is this? Is Aerith? Phoenix down. Cloud, please. Is that picking Cloud? Oh, I zoomed the camera somehow. I don't know how he did that. Like I hit R2 and it like zoomed in, and now it's like super zoomed. There we go. I didn't even know I could adjust camera. I just like was having a hard time seeing where Phoenix Down was going. I'm about to quit this fight. This is ridiculous. There's a Queen's Blood mod in the works. What is that mod supposed to be? What's going on? What's going on? Finally. Sheesh. Yin Yangs are potential party wipes at these levels. Definitely run if you don't have the opposing elements to strike the heads with. Well, I got it. It was rough, but I got it. Here we go. Vincent, who dares disturb my slumber? Well, I don't know you. Please leave. It seems like you're having a pretty bad nightmare. It must have been one awful dream. It is this long slumber racked with nightmares which I seek to atone. What are you talking about? Nothing to say to strangers like you. Leave this place. No. The manor leads to nothing but nightmares. Don't we know it? You can say that again. Yeah. What do you know of it? It's like you said. This mansion was the beginning of a nightmare. No, not a nightmare. Something real. Something terrible. The secret Sephiroth uncovered here. They drove him to madness. Sephiroth? You know Sephiroth? I like that, like, you know Sephiroth? The, like, Spider-Man meme moment that they have, in a way, here. You must tell me everything. So yeah, so I was like, I don't know, 16. I was a soldier. I was totally a soldier. Wink, wink. Oh, what is this, like Sephiroth animation? I don't remember that. Odie, was that added? The little like Sephiroth animation. So yeah, so Sephiroth like burned down my entire village, the village that we're in. Slaughtered my entire family. Nearly killed Tifa over here. But yeah, that was an unused ad. Yeah. So that was cool. I almost missed it because I was like busy bullshitting with chat. But if you didn't see it, chat, the also my FFNX is not up to date really. I guess I'll have to update that in between streams. But yeah, like Sephiroth appeared. So just to be clear, 5 years ago, Sephiroth discovered the secret of his birth, of his creation through the Genova project. After that, he went missing, but just recently resurfaced. He's searching for the Promised Land, and I don't know who's talking right now. I don't know if this is Vincent or Cloud, and has already taken numerous lives in the process. Right. Now it's your turn to talk. Okay, I think that was Cloud. Sorry, but I cannot. What a letdown. Tell me about it, Tifa. Your tale has only increased my burden. It seems I've only one sin to atone for. New nightmares no doubt await. Will abide them. Now, please leave. You're still here. Ooh, forgot about this. Who exactly are you? Please tell us your name. I used to work for Shinra Manufacturing. Was a member of the auditing department in the General Affairs Division. Oh, I don't remember giving him his name here. Vincent of the Turks. That was me. So weird to me that Vincent and Yuffie were optional characters. Yeah, they had a lot of that in the back in the day. Turk? Ex-Turk. I have no connection to Shinra now. Unlike in Rebirth, where he's the bodyguard still. And you are? Cloud. Ex-soldier. So, you worked for Shinra too. Then perhaps you know Lucrezia? Who? Lucrezia. Never heard of her. It was she who gave birth to Sephiroth. Gave birth? But I thought Genova was Sephiroth's mother. That's true too, in a manner of speaking. But the one who actually bore him was a beautiful woman that I fumbled. Her name was Lucrezia. She served as an assistant to Professor Gast, the lead researcher on the Genova project. Lucrezia. How beautiful she was. What are you saying? That they made her into some kind of guinea pig? I couldn't make them stop the experiment. I couldn't persuade her not to go through with it. That was my sin. I let the woman I loved, the woman I revered, suffer a terrible fate. God, remind me, Odie in chat, was this here at this part in the original? I don't remember. I think so. I do remember like the Sephiroth, talking about Sephiroth's mom. I do remember that. So maybe it is. Maybe it was. I get confused, dude. And now you're sleeping to atone for it? That's kind of odd. I just like forgot they had so much dialogue I'm like, this is a long fucking scene. I don't remember it being this long. Great. Now I'm fighting bats. Well, of course she was a beautiful woman. Have you seen Sephiroth? Yeah. This music. I kind of wish Healing Wind restored MP also. I'm very low on MP. Vincent's such a simp. I love that for him. Motionista. He really is. Legit question, like, does Seth know that Vincent got freaky with his mom? Oh, does Seth know? I don't think so. Odie would probably know. If anybody in this chat knows, it would be Odie. More than me, even. I don't think he considers Lucrezia his mom. I don't even know if he knows up to this point that Lucrezia was his mom. I mean, maybe. Maybe it was mentioned in the books. He doesn't really talk about it, right? There was an ad, so I don't know what I know. Oh, somebody asked in chat, Taro asked, legit question, like, does Sephiroth know that Vincent got freaky with his mom? I said I don't think so. Like, I don't even think he knows really about Lucrezia. Like, outright. Sephiroth. Nostalgic being here again. By the way, you are going to join the reunion, are you not? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. What reunion? Jenova's reunion. She will once again become whole and retake her place as the cataclysm from the stars. Jenova? A cataclysm from the stars? You mean all this time she wasn't an ancient? I see. It seems you aren't qualified to join us after all. But should you have an awakening, then you would do well to follow. I will head north from here, beyond Mount Nibel. Wait, have they ever actually gone together? I mean, I don't know. Odie says if First Soldier didn't die an early death, I could have seen that come up here. I thought he should have learned about Lucrezia in the live stream, but now I really don't know. Young short-haired Sephiroth kept a picture of Lucrezia. Yeah, and the new in Ever Crisis, yeah. This info is in Ever Crisis, so take it with a grain of salt, but in the First Soldier story, Hojo apparently gave young Sephiroth a photo of Lucrezia. That's right. That's right. In Ever Crisis, they added that. And told him it was his mother. But also told Sephiroth that Lucrezia, he showed him a picture of Lucrezia, but told him that that was Jenova. So he saw Lucrezia, but thought that was Jenova. So yeah. A reunion, a cataclysm from the stars. Take this fucking materia. Ah! one of the best parts of the original. Just so stupid. He gave us some subversion materia. Not the greatest materia, actually. Could have been better. He could have thrown us something more useful. Subversion's okay, right? It does like dispel and breach and that kind of stuff, right? Escape report number 1, date XX. The 2 individuals who escaped from a facility were discovered on the outskirts of Midgar. So obviously this is all the Cloud, Zack lore. Escape report number 2, condition and time of discovery. Subject A, ex-soldier, no ID number, no effects from Mako radiation or Jenova exhibited. Subject B, general infantryman, no ID number, extreme reaction to Jenova exhibited. By the way, these research notes are one of my favorite things to see new players discover, right? Because a lot of new players do run back here and they read it and they don't really like know what to make of it. They don't really think anything about it. I think there was like one person I found once who like actually thought that subject A was Cloud. I think it was somebody who had played Remake but hadn't played the OG. And I'm pretty sure when they ran back here and they read these the first time, they thought subject A was Cloud, and they thought subject B might have been Zach. But then when they came back later, they obviously reread it with the full context, and they're like, oh. But one of my favorite things, though, is seeing OG players who don't understand this at all, or like first timers, like read this and then like do the whole like discovery with the actual Zach thing, the actual Zach scene later, and they come back and they read it, and just watching their minds melt, because they're like, and it's what I experienced the first time I played this game too, but like we all did, right? Of like, you read this a second time and you're like, oh my god, it was right in front of me. This is one of the best things about the whole, like the way the mystery unravels. Escapee report number 3 regarding disposal. Subject A shot dead after resisting. Subject B escaped while subject A was resisting. Escapee report number 4. Other notes, subject B's whereabouts are currently unknown. However, subject B exhibited advanced psychic disturbance. As such, it is our opinion that he will pose no problem if left as is. We await further instruction on the matter. That's really right. There's only 4, I think. Yeah. You could watch a supercut of that, actually. Yeah, that would be cool to have. One thing I was... Okay, so to bring it up, though, as a real criticism of Rebirth, and I talked about this while we were playing Rebirth, I was upset at 2 things when it came... I was really... The Nibelheim mansion, in addition to no circular stake, no spiral staircase, in addition to that, in addition to like no second floor, there's nothing to look at in this library. It's so annoying. Not only that, but not only is there nothing to read in the library, which feels like sacrilege, right? The fact that you can't read anything here is like nuts to me. But beyond that, you have your party members are spread out throughout the library during the sequence in Rebirth, and you can walk up to them. You cannot talk to them. There's no dialogue with them. There's no like, oh, I'm reading this thing. Oh, this is so weird. Like, or anything to sort of like, it just seems like a moment to like have a moment, right? Like, instead they just funnel you to the other room with the SLs. That really bugged me about Rebirth, that they completely nerfed the Shinra Manor in every way, right? Like, it's crazy that there's no party dialogue in this room. I don't get it. Like, of all the locations, like, this is one of the critical locations of the original, and they give you nothing, absolutely nothing. And I would say, well, maybe they're like trying to keep it more mysterious, da-da-da. In the original, they give you this context, or they give you this information, but you don't know what to make of it. And that makes the reveal even better later on when you go back and you read it, and you're like, holy shit. So I say all of this to like seeing all these books. Before I played Rebirth, because I played Remake, I played the original again leading up to Rebirth, and I remember being in this room and being like, oh man, how cool would it be if you get to read a lot more of these books, right? We only got some of the stuff, the reports in the back, but like maybe they'll make it even more in Rebirth. Like everything in the Remake trilogy is like more than the original, and they give us less than the original, which that genuinely bothers me. Someone used their nails to scratch something on the inside of the tube. We got to escape. Specimen A, someone used their nails. Feeding time. That's our chance. Also, no notes on Tifa's desk. Yeah. There's no like researcher living in her house with like notes and stuff. Yeah. Shinra Library is the same problem. Yeah. Oh, you had those creepy robots. None of the books can be read. Yeah. And like, partially because I'm like also a 14 player, I'm used to, you know, having libraries where you read quite a bit of books, right? If it's yin and yang again, I'm running. Okay, it's yin and yang. Ow. The way that slaps sound, it just like sounds like a legit slap. It just slaps the shit out of me. To be fair, libraries and old RPGs were often used to convey story in a way that wasn't possible back then. That's true. But still, they just gave us nothing, man. Nothing in the Nibelheim Manor. Like, no spiral staircase, no second floor, no library materials, no library dialogue with the party. Like, literally, nothing. They gave us fucking Kate Sith throwing boxes. That's what they gave us. Like, that's a bad deal. That is a bad deal. That's maybe the thing that I'm most upset about of like everything Rebirth related, right? Like, I know you can call me an apologist for the dine scene. Another thing I want to say about the dine scene too, only because I was thinking about this the other day. Because I've said before, I said in while we were streaming the dine fight in Rebirth, and we compared it to the original, and I said how it feels like the dine scene in the original was written more focused on the tragedy of Dine, right? It was really focused most on like Dine and you as a player feeling for Dine and really feeling the tragedy of like what happened to him and what he chooses. And in Rebirth, it's maybe a little more censored. The only way I can like, the way I kind of see it, it's a little more censored on like Barrett. But the other thing, and I hadn't thought about this until, yeah, and there's gonna be a Last Elixir video tomorrow ripping the dine scenes to shreds in Rebirth. I don't know. I know that they're fairly critical on it though. But the one thing I was thinking about was like, if you look at it through the lens of it being more Barrett centric, the one thing about the change of like Dine's mental state, like when he meets Dine, he's like clearly losing his mind a bit, right? He has clearly like mental issues. He's not totally there. I wonder if they wrote that. I don't know, but I wonder if they also wrote that with the intention of like the parallel to Cloud, right? Like it would be a way. I mean, if I were a writer and like trying to think of like why they did it that way. I mean, Barrett does show concern for Cloud all throughout the game. He's like, I hope the boy can keep it together. Like he realizes that Cloud isn't totally there perfectly. And obviously they're following these robes who are like breaking down and falling apart. So I wonder if there was like an intention to maybe like have Dine be somewhat a parallel to Cloud in terms of like kind of losing it. And Barrett sort of like seeing that in both of them. I don't know. It's just like a thought that I had. Then he threatens to kill Marlene. The audience says, yeah, fuck this guy. The whole thing also would have lent itself to using the original along with the added parts of Rebirth. It tends to agree with Last Elixir. I don't know what Last Elixir thinks, right? I know they're critical of it. But I'll have to see the video tomorrow. Like, I definitely understand. I mean, I think push come to shove, I like the original version of the scene better. But I don't like hate the Rebirth scene. Like, some people fucking hate it. If I go with you, will I be able to meet Hojo? Couldn't tell you, but we're chasing after him and Sephiroth, so sooner or later. Lucrezia. That settles it. I'm going with you. Oh, so you guys have seen it already. You're coming with us? I'm sure I can be of assistance. I am an ex-Turk after all. All right, fine by me. Yeah, you'll see. You can stay in the back row. Part of my hate comes from my disdain for censorship. The suicide. I mean, he still suicides by cop. Shit, maybe I shouldn't say those words. Speaking of censorship, I feel like Twitch sometimes not a fan of those words. I mean, he basically does it by cop though, but I'm looking forward to the video, the last Elixir video. I know they have a very strong opinion on it. Maybe we'll watch it on Sunday, actually. All right. So then what? Okay, I need to like buy fucking ethers. Oh, damn. I can't buy ethers? Shit. All right, we'll need to rest first. Hey, where's it? Hey, lady. Or guy, whoever. Is there really nobody there? I guess I'll have to use a tent. In Sack, he starts avoiding you after. Oh, really? Well, that's annoying. All right, so we have to go north, right? Oh, there was a world. I didn't realize it went back into the open world. Do you really want to sleep in that town anyway? Well, I need MP. So however I can get MP, I'm down with it. Nibelheim Mount Nibel. Hold on, I'm just checking something. All right. Okay. I think there's like a lot of loot in this mountain, right? No goofy singing lady, nope. I also wasn't a fan of the singing lady in Cloud's house. I know that was brought up by a certain Australian streamer. I don't like hate it, but I wasn't the biggest fan of it either. I don't know, I just don't like a person who just like sings everything they say. It just, I actually agree with that. I wasn't a big fan of that. I wanted to get my mods working. Got some error preventing me from checking. Oh wow, really? Yeah, the mods are great. I wasn't sure how I would feel about having like the remake UI either. I'm a big fan of it actually. I like it a lot. Bum, bum. And now I don't want to like overuse MP, especially because I don't have any ethers. I don't like the UI mods, but the remake one does a pretty good job. Yeah. Ascension. I thought she was fine, I guess. It was fine how she started out cold in this weird, sketchy setting and then ended up being a warm goofball. It was fine. Christine Singh was a little cringe, I suppose, but hardly a deal breaker. Yeah, not a deal breaker. How the hell did you get so hurt, dude? When did Cloud get that injured? Runeblade. Oh, hell yeah. Did he have any? No, he didn't. Odin. Might as well. Made the stream. Hey, Pooty. What's good? Baranosaurus Brex. Pretty good. We've done some pretty cool stuff. There was like a long hidden Tifa scene with Zangian that we checked out that was originally planned for the original FF7 but wasn't made. So this mod restored that. It was a lot of like lore that you would especially know if you played or if you read, what's it called, Traces of Two Paths. Yeah, so that was like a scene that was added in this mod that, like I said, was originally planned for the game, but just like they didn't make it. It had a pretty gnarly bit of lore though, where it was like, because Zangian basically tells you like, oh yeah, they rebuilt the town and like they're like covering it up, and then at one point Cloud is like, well, what happens if somebody visits who grew up here, who like knows the original Nibelheim? And Zangian's like, they kill them. It's like, well, goddamn, it was really dark. The basic enemies in Mount Nibel always sound like damn trucks. Apparently, it is good that I'm like doing this though, because I'm like leveling up and damn, they're really hitting. Odie was trying to arch mod the singing lady. There should be a mod just to bring the singing lady's lines into the OG FF7. No other voice lines. No other voice lines from Rebirth or Remake added to the original. Just only the singing lady in Nibelheim. Maybe the rude bald bar also. Maybe have them singing. You know, maybe we add that in there. Seems like a worthwhile mod. Platinum Barrettes. That's right, 13. Chadley 2, make him sing. The Chadley has yet to sing, right? Oh man, is there a way to mod in Chadley into the original? What would it be after every fight? Every fight. Cloud! Well done, Cloud! You're so fucking strong, Cloud! That might be pretty good. You know? You can call it the Sebi cut. I mean, look, I joke on the guy, and I'm not a big fan of like his criticism and stuff. I don't want to be a complete dick because there are things that I agree with him on. I just don't like when he's like, you know, nitpicking on like little shits, you know. I think I'm one of the rare people with no issue with Chadley. I was actually asking about this on my Discord. I was like, yeah, I wonder if like people in Japan were as like annoyed by Chadley, and one of my community members mentioned that they saw, or one of their friends like played it first, and like in Japanese, or like I don't know, there's somebody who only knew it in Japanese at first and was like very confused by how much like English players like really hated Chadley. Apparently it comes off different in Japanese, but I think when that person did check out the English version, they kind of got it. They're like, okay, I kind of get it. Saw a meme of Tekken featuring Chadley. Holy shit. That's going too far. It's like the Mari fan discourse from Evangelion Real Builds. West hated her. Japan loved her. Huge generalization. I gotta remind myself, because I've watched Evangelion and the rebuilds. Who's Mari exactly again? Mari. Evangelion. Oh, yeah. The new one, the new redhead. Yeah. I don't think I was bothered by her, really. My boyfriend hates Mari too. I don't really remember Mari, to be honest. Like, I know, like, I recognize her, but I don't remember what I felt while playing it, while watching it. I genuinely don't remember. Also, like, things that were different in Rebuilds didn't quite hit me the same, I think, as, like, because I watched them back to back. I watched the original anime, then I binged all the rebuilds, and so there weren't things, and I do think this does affect how you take in remake stuff, whether it's like Final Fantasy VII or Trigun or Evangelion. I didn't grow attached to certain things in the original because I didn't like experience it and then have like decades pass, which I think does make a difference to how you like accept certain changes. It's like how emotionally connected you get to them. Nice Guy Prince saying, or well, possibly reverse. Oh, she's the Kasumi Yoshizawa of Eva. One last kiss was a banger. Was there not anything else? I felt like there was more items. Am I tripping? Not Nibel. No, that's it. It's those two. Wow, I really thought there was more. Remember having to wait 9 years for 3.0 plus 1.0. Holy shit. Man, this is so HD, my brain is melting. Yeah, the mods really make it nice. I like the mods a lot. There's like some, you can tell some of the AI upscaling, and it kind of throws me off a little bit. There are like some sound effects in the mod that I'm not a huge fan of. Fuck. This is the thing that whooped my ass as a boss, remember? That's another thing I want to rewatch. I want to rewatch Eva. Because now it's been a couple years, actually. Since I did the whole, like... That's another one, though. I love the original anime also. Like, I watched the original anime first, and, like, a lot of the, like, existential, just, like, mood episodes that don't give you any resolution. Even the way that the ending of the original anime doesn't give you any real resolution, I really liked a lot. Like, I really liked the original anime a whole lot. There are things I can understand, like rubbing people the wrong way with the rebuilds, including even Mari. But I do understand wanting to have like a different resolution to it, especially because it's like such a reflection of Anno, the creator. Because like he changed so much, like a lot of time passed. So like having the rebuild end a bit differently in a bit of a different like emotional place really kind of reflected his own changes over time, which I thought were interesting. I just want to get to these pipes easily. This really does not give me any answers, does it? Well, never mind. This strategy guide's actually a little more useless than I remember. I haven't watched Eva since the mid-2000s. Those slides were in the OG2, they were. I thought my guide would tell me where to go in them. It doesn't. So it needs to trial and error it. How do I go back up? Oh, did I screw myself? Is there no way back up? If you miss the ladder drop, you have to go all the way around. Reading guides was back in, oh, it was funny as hell. Exactly the time you still didn't know what the fuck it meant. Yeah, exactly. Ah, shit, the dragon. Ah! I can't remember if fire heals this thing. It might. Ow! Did I heal it? It did heal it. Shit. I had a feeling. If you miss the ladder drop, you have to go all the way around. Where exactly do I go around, though? Because I got a little bit lost there. Oh, yeah, it's Average Children's Tifa, yeah. Which I just put on once before streaming to sort of, like, check it out. And, oh, damn it! I'm gonna heal it again. Oh. Clyde needs to stop protecting girls. Or cover. It's FF9 that has like the protect girls thing. Oh damn it, I did the Phoenix down with the wrong thing. Oh no, 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 no. Shit, I only have one Phoenix down left. I did it to Aerith again? It's going poorly. Going poorly, chat. There's no automatic revival. Oh, I have 11 Phoenix Downs. Why did it look like I only had one? I was like, shit, is Cloud like stuck? Shit. The MP situation is not ideal. Where is the all the way around? How the hell do I get back up? Where's the main ladder? So I have to activate that ladder from up top. How do I get back to the top? Do I need to just like kill? Am I screwed? Can I not get all the way back to the top? So I just need to like... I think I'm screwed. I think I just need to do the boss. Yeah, I gotta do Material Keeper first. God dang it. I'll have to swap out. Swap. At least I didn't discard, but I went one too far on it. She already has fire. Put fire down that, whatever. Healing. Ah. We magnify. He has the most MP, so yeah, just inconvenience. It did make sense for them to move Materia Keeper, though, I think. Like, it made sense to, like, have it in the flashback. Give you and, Sephiroth something to hit. Let's give Odin a try. I don't think we've cast Odin yet. Gungnir. Oh, I have a Turbo Ether. Oh, 1400, shit. I could be wrong. I have like a vague recollection of like this thing being weak to lightning. That's not too much. Yeah, this music is still incredible. Damn. Hellish pounding. He's giving Aerith a hellish pounding. I'm sorry, I had to. One thing I miss about older FFs was resource management. It wasn't as intense as, say, an SMT game, but they gave the games the right amount of friction. Yeah. Like, good friction. There's a really good YouTube video about good friction in games and how games have like so prioritized not like accessibility for, let's say, disabled, that's fine, but more like accessibility in terms of just ways to make the game like crazy easy, you know, and quality of life, especially like the quality of life enhancements that so many games have now, just like remove what is ultimately good friction. Do yourself a favor and heal. Oh, I was supposed to get shrined. Oh, well, whatever. Counter materia. Nice. Yeah, now we have FF16, which is the most frictionless video game ever made. Yeah. It's literally like they poured baby oil on the game. Jesus. I agree, though. It was like a disappointment just how easy it could be and like how much they gave you to this. I forgot that spits you back out into the world map. Although not bad. I could use a tent. Could use a tent. I mean, I could have used it at that save point also, but I can also save. Is this the way that I have to go all the way around? No, I can't even go back out this way. Oh, is that it, right? That is it. Now we just go to Rocket Town, right? I'm expecting more from Mount Nibel. But yeah, that just is what it is, right? I'm like, oh, where's the best? Where's the rest of Mount Nibel? But no, I think that's it. Yeah, you fight Materia Keeper, and then you peace out. I could go back, obviously, to like get those things that I missed, but that's fine. Let's go to Rocket Town. Actually, let's see, chat, if we can get Yuffie, if Yuffie's around here. They still haven't gotten Yuffie yet. This ain't Yuffie. There's a way to drop down off the last screen. That's fine. Like, how good was the stuff that I missed? Am I actually sad about it? Let's see. What were the items? Runeblade I got. Plus Barret I got. Power Soul. What is the Power Soul again? There was an all materia, but you make like 1 million of those. There was a counter attack. Yeah, I got that already. C. What is C? Yeah, the Power Soul. Yeah, what is the Power Soul again? Is that a item? Is that a weapon? This is the bestiary. Power Soul. Yeah, it was a Tifa weapon. Shit. I kind of do want that. All right, maybe we'll try to go back real quick. All right, Tifa, fuck him up. There you go. It's one of the Tifa weapons. Oh, if it's one of the Tifa weapons, then we have to get it. Bro, bust out the paper strategy guide. That's right. I bought it off of eBay a couple years ago. Just to like have it. I didn't expect to really use it. But it is kind of helpful. I just wanted it more for like the nostalgia of having the paper strategy guide. It's like so nice. Look at that old bad boy. It's nice to have her on. I have the Tactics paper one too. There's another one that I bought. I didn't use it. Weirdly enough, I actually didn't use it while playing Tactics. I just enjoyed figuring it out. Hey, Roland, what's going on? JRT, also that was you. Hi, welcome. Oh, you have the brown cover to it. Brown cover. I don't think I've ever seen the brown cover. How do I go down? Somebody said I can go down. Oh, maybe this way? That makes sense. Christian Andres Fernandez Ramirez. What's going on? Oh, wow, this is a long way around, yeah. Oh, there's an item there, too. Hold on. You can basically make her hit 8 times as hard? Bruh. Really? All right, these fuckers with their withering gaze. Shit, who's stuck right now? Yeah, they were like frozen. How do I get over here? I forget. Oh, well. Oh, there's materia over here and everything? But yeah, how do I get... Oh, this way. And I think it's this way. Yeah. That was an elixir. That was worth it. Oh, another dragon. Oh, another dragon. The dragons were no joke, especially like at this level. That's actually one of the really fun parts of the old RPGs, especially, is like going back to old regions after you've like leveled up like crazy and just fucking everything up. Just absolutely demolishing everything, and you're like, you become like Sephiroth in the flashback, and you one-hit shit, and it feels so good. You're like, dragon, fuck out of here. I'd like to drag these nuts. It'll look like these stats aren't great, but just make sure she's got a negative status and in critical health. That's oddly specific. Right through. Wait, I just ran through here. There we go. Tifa, you want to say hi? You want to get messed up by this Mako spring again? I love in the when she's like slumped over it, like, damn, she got fucked. There's all kinds of things. So did you get to the part that was missing in the OG? Yeah, we covered it. It was earlier in the stream. Basically, just to give you the laydown, it was a scene with Zangan, and he walks out of Tifa's house. And it was originally scripted, but not added into the actual game. So the guys at Shinra Archeology added it into the game. And I hate this paralyzing effect. But the guys at Shinra Arch added it back in. And basically he tells Tifa, like, yeah, you were really messed up. I thought you were a goner. Similar to what Cloud said. And then he says, yeah, this whole place was really weird. They're like covering up what happened. Shinra's covering it all up. Am I going the right way? I feel like I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the right way. And it feels like he basically says, like, yeah, Shinra's covering everything up. And then Cloud asks, about to go to bed. Okay, take care, Odie. Also, everyone check out Odie and Turquoise Hammer, the guys over at both Shinra Archeology Department and Last Elixir Productions are going to have a brand new video tomorrow breaking down, I think it's like 40 minutes long or so, breaking down the dying scene in Rebirth, compare it to the original, show how artistically empty it is. I don't know what they say exactly. I know they're pretty critical of it, but so you can check that out. So the Zangan scene. So Zangan's like, yeah, Shinra's like covering it all up, and so Cloud at one point, and he's like, oh, all the the original people are gone, the old residents are gone, and Cloud asks, so what happens when people like know about what happened, like people from here? And Zangan's like, yeah, they kill them. They're really dedicated to the cover up, and it's really dark. Man, it was not a problem in OG, definitely not. I feel like I went the wrong way. Chat. I don't think there's any reason to be here. But now that we're here, I don't know, maybe this Shinra Archeology Cut has like a surprise scene if you go back to the reactor. I don't know. It does not. This is pointless. My bad. I went the wrong way. All just to get this Tifa weapon. This damn Tifa weapon. These mods make me want to replay the OG. Yeah, they're great. So I have all the mods. They should currently actually be listed in the description on YouTube. I've been adding it to the past couple of like stream descriptions of the original playthroughs. Let's use her limit. So you can check that out. They're all the mods are there. I have tried the voice acting mod. I can't use it with these mods anyway, because this has an updated script. So the voice mods wouldn't work. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the voice acting. But there are some performances that are good in the like fan VA. I don't know, it kind of takes me out a little bit. But I linked to my Discord. Yeah. Actually, I should update my pinned message on YouTube also to be the Discord link, because the current pinned message doesn't matter anymore. I was just having some tech issues with multi-chat at the start of stream, so that's the Discord. Let me unpin this one. Okay, message, go away. All right, pin this message. All right, so the Discord link should be there on YouTube, and it'll be pinned for the rest of stream. Okay, I think the VA is good for what it is. Yeah, no, it's good. It's like good for what it is. It's like fans for the most part. I mean, there's a couple people in the cast who are like actors, or like they're like trying to be actors. Yeah, it's not like a studio level. Like, it's not as good as like obviously like the Rebirth cast. I mean, it's probably about as good, if not better, than the English Advent Children cast, which I was not a fan of. Aside from Sephiroth, it was solid. Although I blame a lot of that also on like the voice direction. Japanese Advent Children I thought was great. And I'm not like a sub versus dub like hardcore person. Like, there are some things that I watch with English dubs that like animes. And I like the English dubs. There are some animes I really like the English dubs. But Advent Children is not one of them. Advent Children is whack overall, in my opinion. I will say this: watch it in Japanese. It's better in Japanese for sure. Speaking of Advent Children, yeah, the Tifa Advent Children outfit, which is the best fit probably in all of FF7. I love the Tifa Advent Children outfit. This looks cool as hell. Alright, I'm tired of fighting all these dudes. I just want to get a weapon. There's a weapon that I missed, and I've had to go the longest way around to get it. Is it this way? Please let it be this way. Oh, shit. How do I get back to the thing? Oh no, chat. I might be cooked. It's on the reactor screen? Oh, that's right. You have to like go to the side of the reactor. Oh my god. I went to the reactor. You saw me go to the reactor. I went to the reactor and I thought, oh, I don't have to be at the reactor. I need to be at the other place. So then I ran the other way. It's like off to the side. I totally forgot. I'll tell you, I'm grinding though. I'm leveling up. Well, I'm not leveling up. I haven't actually probably gotten another level, but I'm getting experience, okay? Which is always helpful in this game. By the time it gets to Disc 2, Mount Nibel would have prepared me for the rest of the game. All right, Sephiroth, have a good night. I hate these things. The withering gaze, what I hate the most. Stop freezing my characters. Okay. Here we go. Which one goes where? It doesn't tell me, right? It doesn't. I forgot. I already checked. I'm gonna go with 3. I'm gonna go with 3. My gut is telling me 3. Ah, no, that wasn't it. Doesn't hurt to have a magnify. The guide is like very vague when it comes to it. 2, then 4. Okay. Thank you. Tired of random battles. Tired of them. Okay. I do want XP. Damn you with the withering gaze. There we go, lightning. Lightning all, baby. Interesting enough, this is how I found out my guide isn't the official guide. All right, going to 2. Was it 2? 2, then 4. Oh, the random encounters. I do want to use Aerith's limit break. Otra vez with the withering gaze on every character. Attack me, attack me, attack me, attack me. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know if I forget, does the Steam version let you turn off random encounters? Does it have the cheats? I can't remember. I think it does, right? I just forgot how to do it. Or it might be even turned off. It might be turned off with the mods that I have. Oversoul. Oh, it's called Oversoul in this mod. Now I want the last thing. I might as well get the last thing. Might as well. Oh, no random encounter, no random encounter, no random encounter, no random encounter. Ah. Boom boom boom. Boom 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 boom. Four didn't lead anywhere. All right, that's fine. Whatever, I'm done. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Okay, I'm a weird living strategy guide for the OG. Probably just means you played it a whole lot of times. All right. Yeah, let's see if we can get Yuffie. I don't want to waste like a ton of time trying to get her, but I don't have her yet. How are we on time? It's like 10, 20. For me, at least. I know for some of you, it's much later, or maybe even earlier. It's different time zones. I just want to see if I can get Yuffie real quick. I won't go crazy with it. Let's do a few fights. Damn it. It's supposed to be the patch of forest where she's like a 90% chance to show up. Oh, wow, really? Is it the small patch that's like right near me? This is a little patch right over here. I mean, I'm outside Rocket Town right now. Oh! Let's fuck her up. What if it's like one hit? It is one hit. Okay, chat. Help me with the responses because I forget exactly what I have to say, and I don't want to do that again. I'll guess first. I'll guess first, and then you guys tell me if it's right. Damn, I can't believe I lost. Spiky here, jerk face. We aren't finished. One more round. Let's go. Not interested, right? Not interested? Yeah. Yeah. Thinking of run away? Come on. Stand and fight, you cowards. Not interested? Okay. I'll look at it again when I... Alright. What's the matter? Terrified of my awesome power. Oh, these are different. Yeah, sure. It must be sure, right? Can't blame you. What with my ferocious skills and all. Keep it up and maybe you'll stand a chance next time. If you got the guts, that is. Well, I'm off. Like, for real. Gonzo. Alright, I think here you say hang on a minute. Let me double check the guide. Wait a minute. Yeah. What's up? You still need something from me? So that's it, huh? You want a little help from the amazing old me. Bet you're just begging to have me join you, is that it? You guessed it? Yeah. Knew it. But you sure are asking a lot. What to do? Well, I guess if you're that desperate, it'd be cruel to refuse. Alright, it's decided. I'll tag along with you. Oh, wait. I think you have to say, let's get moving then, right? Decline her name. Yeah. Hey, hold up. Wait, I haven't even told you my name. When I replayed this before Rebirth, I got everything right up until that point. I thought, oh yeah, let me get her name. I was like, damn it. Just as planned. Now to get my hands on them. Yuck. Hey, slow down, wait for me. Hey, we got Yuffie. Oh, here's the money I stole from you. What's left of it? How could you possibly spend anything so far? All right, let's save it because I finally have Yuffie. Yeah, I touched a save point also once, at one point. I can't remember if it was like years ago or the one before Rebirth. Everyone just give me 2 seconds. I just want to use the bathroom real quick. Be right back. All right. I do want to make progress. So I kind of want to do Rocket Town also. So let's continue. Oh, why can't you see the game right now? You guys can't see the game, right? Is it showing as a black screen? Oh, I turned that on here somehow. There we go. Bring chat back up. There we go. You should now see it. Yeah, it's fixed now. Glad I could make it for a bit. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you just made it in time for Rocket Town. I don't know if you've seen Silvertooth. I feel like you've been here before on these streams, but every time I'm on the world map, I just want to show this thing off. I love this mod so much. This more like globe look. I love it. Oh, there's Wutai over there. Or, you know, the mountains that lead to Wutai. Yeah, it's an amazing mod. Probably one of the best mods ever made for any game ever. It's just so cool to get that kind of a view. I mean, it's the view that you get basically when you're in the Highwind. Well, not even, no. The Highwind doesn't give you that kind of a view. You do get a higher up view, but you don't get as vast. And it looks amazing in the Highwind. I have tested this in the Highwind. It looks amazing. Got a bounce recovering from surgery yesterday. Oh, wow. Hope you're recovering and well. But yeah, get some rest, Go Gauss. Yeah, damn, surgery yesterday. Hopefully you're doing well. All right. Is this Aerith? Yeah, should probably do some kind of attack. I think you unlocked what? Oh, I unlocked water kick. Good catch. Thank you. God damn. At level 3. A level 3 spell. Let's check that out. Let's check out. I think you're saying I unlocked Tifa. Oh, wait. Yeah, Tifa's level 2. Hell yeah. All right, chat, let's meet Sid Highwind. What the? So chat, do you recognize this music? Because actually Odie, who worked on this this mod, the Shinra Archeology mod, and you know, does the Shinra Archeology, you know, he has all of the information on FF7. What I didn't realize until he mentioned it the other day when we were talking about the wall market music is that the wall market music, this was technically the first place you were supposed to hear this track. This is the wall market music, but it's actually technically the Rocket Town music, weirdly enough, right? It was actually originally made for here, and then they ended up using it. Yeah, they ended up using it for wall market. That's why it makes sense, right? Like, because like it is weird. Like, why is it here? But it was originally made for here, and then I guess they just, you know, felt it worked so well for wall market too that they use it there as well. But yeah, fun fact. Rusty old rocket. What's a giant thing like that doing here? It fits wall market more in a way. Like it makes more sense with wall market, but gun is a man's weapon. Ain't nothing else to do. Spas. Ooh, gold armlets. Hell yeah. Okay, probably spent too much money there, but whatever. Rob you over your shit. Nothing to rob. Wow, there's always something new to learn. Yeah. This song is too sleazy for anything but wall market, yeah. It does it like now, I mean, I wonder if like the first time you heard it, if you're like, oh yeah, this fits. It almost doesn't fit Rocket Town. Even though it was originally made for Rocket Town, supposedly. Can I fix something? Can I fix you something to drink? I'd rather chat. Have you met the captain yet? He's basically the front man for this town. You ought to really speak to him. Nah, I'm good. What about this guy? If you're interested in the town, you're better off asking the captain. He's the one in charge of it. Seen anyone suspicious? Looking for a man in a black cloak. Man in a black cloak. Can't say I've seen anyone like that. Who's this captain? He used to be a Shinra pilot, back when the company was still trying to make money in space development. He was all set to become the world's first astronaut, but then, well, let's just say there was a little incident. Ever since, he's been smoldering away in this town, obsessed with his dream of reaching outer space. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me, I need to pee. I guess it's not gonna let me pee. Is there any kind of chest or anything back here? I feel like I remember more loot in these towns. I've had very little luck getting anything. Oh, nothing? Really? Huh. Well, damn. That rusted out rocket's all that remains of Shinra's space development program. Oh, this guy has good dialogue, I remember. This place used to be a Shinra rocket launch base. You've seen the tilted rocket, right? That's the Shinra number 26. She never got to fly, unfortunately. He doesn't say anything that interesting. Alright, what do you got? Item shop. Do you have any ethers? I need ethers bad, bro. I didn't remember ethers being this expensive, though. Shit. And I need barrier. And I need time, also. Let me sell some shit. Need the guard stick anymore. That's not worth anything anyway, but... I can't remember what the good stuff is. Or like what's expendable, you know? Light machine gun's some old shit. I really want time. Am I keeping the carbon bangles? I don't know. I don't remember what's good. I guess I don't need carbon bangles anymore, right? Let's see. Titanium. It's decent. Pretty not great. Irons, not great. Carbon bangles. They're actually an upgrade over what I had, at least on her. But I have like a bunch of gold armlets. I guess I thought I bought a bunch of gold armlets. I did. It doesn't tell me how many I have, though. I could definitely get rid of like a couple of the... carbon bangles. Should get rid of one of them. Oh, sorry. What is this? He does. You got to talk to him like 5 or 6 times. Oh, the guy in front of the thing. Okay. Damn, is there really no loot in these houses? I really remember more stuff. Grandpa does nothing but stare at that rocket all day. Oh, yeah. It's the guy outside. What's over here? The towering rocket over there is... Oh, yeah. What'd you say? Want to gaze up at it together? Yeah. At least it's a potion in a toilet or something. For real. No matter how many times I look at it, I still feel amazed. Sorry for making you humor me like that. I know it's an odd hobby. Here, I'll give you this as a token of my thanks. Hey, that's right, he had a weapon. I knew there was something worthwhile to get from him. Stop trying to rob Rocket Town. They've got to, yeah, that's true, they do have it tough enough. Hope it proves useful. Make sure you treat it well, okay? Anything else, old man? That's it. Yeah. Well, you're no fun. Is this, Sid's house? No. You heard any interesting puns lately? I haven't heard of any interesting... Have you heard of any, like, elixirs? Have you heard of any of those lately? Like an elixir or two? An ether? I'll take an ether. Apparently an ether is 1,500 gills. I'll take any ethers you got too. You know? I heard talk to this guy. Everyone in this town... Oh, this guy has good lore. Everyone in this town used to work together. We're all mechanics on the rocket launch project, see? Rocket launch project? What's that? You folks don't know? There was this big plan to send a man into outer space. It was headed by Palmer, a longtime head of Shinra Space and Aeronautics Division. But the project got put on ice along with the rest of the division. This town's what remains of it. Yeah, just the fact they all used to work, right? Like, that's one of the things when it comes to, like, the lore of so many of these towns, right? Like, Corel, Rocket Town, Nibelheim, right? They're like a resource for Shinra, and like everyone really depends, their livelihood depends on Shinra. But once like Shinra has nothing else to gain from you, they just abandon you and you're screwed, right? And like, so you have these like destitute places, like, the shadows of Shinra's greed. And you don't feel, I will say you don't feel that much. You don't feel as much in like Rebirth. Partially because we haven't gone to Rocket Town, right? Like I'm very curious how they'll depict Rocket Town. Like I hope that they have that feeling, you know, like it's like of these people get screwed by Shinra. There's a little bit of it. There's a little bit of it in Rebirth. Like you definitely feel it in Junon. You do feel it in Junon. They talk about it. They talk about how like they can't even fish the water anymore in Junon. They do it in Corel for sure. So maybe I'm being a little harsh, but I just hope you get more. I love this old car too. That's in this like ammo gun room in Sid's house. He gets talked about in Calm. Yeah, you're right. Sometimes you forget like details, right? All right, let's go meet Sid. It's mainly part of one of the side quests there. Yeah, that's true. The side quests do give you a lot more of that. I mean, the general like NPC chatter will give you a lot of it too. But yeah, the side quests in Rebirth give you a lot of that. Oh, I have to talk to I guess Shera first, or I gotta go to oh, is this where I fought? Do I fight Palmer first? And then I can talk to Sid? Shit. I gotta go back to the house. At least there's no random battles here. So cute. FF7 still felt a tiny bit like the older games with interiors like this. Negative space. FF8 got rid of it. Well, you get some of it for sure in like FF9. FF8 was just really going for like a different vibe. I do still have a lot of like nostalgia for FF8 and the way that FF8 was so ambitious in a way that I really appreciated. Like to go from this like cutesy fun adventure to like a somewhat like more like a very like more introspective like timey-wimey ridiculous sort of like story. It was ballsy, you know. They went from big blockbuster, they made like, you know, kind of like a almost like a, weirdly enough, given some of the criticisms against Rebirth, they kind of make this like big like Hollywood Disney almost like blockbuster with some darker stuff obviously, but then 8 is like this totally different vibe shift. It's got a Shinra logo on it. It's the tiny Bronco, huh? Nice piece of machinery. Wonder if we could borrow it. Can I help you? In my fucking backyard, out of nowhere? Who are you? That very much was the FF team taking their narrative ambitions to the logic. Yeah. No, we're just admiring the plane. Please ask the captain if you're interested in using it. You can find him over at the Rocket. That's where he always is. My name's Shera, by the way, and you are again intruders. Who are you? You know, like, I'm Cloud. Tifa, nice to meet you. I'm Aerith. I see. So you're not Shinra. I thought you might have come here to announce the recommencement of the space development program. Okay, she wouldn't be mean then. I heard President Rufus is coming to pay a visit. The captain's been antsy about it all morning. Rufus? Yeah, I'm realizing now how much plot there is covering so many places post-Rebirth. There's a lot, dude. Part 3 is gonna be long. Not complaining. I am complaining if, like, it's too packed or they, like, run through things too quickly, you know? This background is so mid-90s. I love it so much. Yeah, I do love I love the pre-rendered background thing of the old Final Fantasies. They create like these, like, each map kind of creates like an interesting tableau in a way, you know? I'm very excited for the Pagoda Challenge. Yeah. I think the Pagoda Challenge, everything Wutai can be a lot of fun, right? Like the Pagoda Challenge, you know they're gonna do the Pagoda Challenge. in a crazy way, right? Like it's so straightforward in the original. I feel like I feel like each of the bosses are gonna be tricky, you know? It's gonna be like, it's gonna be really cool, I hope. What do you folks want? We were told we found the captain here? Captain, you say? Look no further. I gotta give him like, I gotta tap a bad southern accent so I can really offend Prof Noctis, hopefully. My parents named me Sid, but everyone here calls me the captain. So what can I do for you? He's actually quite pleasant here, right? What's the story? Like in this moment, like he's not, from my memory is like, who the fuck are you? But he's not as crazy. What's the story with this rocket? Well, I'll be damned. Wouldn't have thought a youngster like you'd be interested. All right then, listen up, cause Captain Sid's about to give you a little history lesson. You probably already know how Shinra developed all sorts of tech during that long, pointless war. Isn't he pleasant with everyone but Shinra and wife? Yeah. Nowadays, his main business is Mako, but once upon a time, Shinra specialized in weapons manufacturing. And obviously, they still do have a weapons division, but interesting how, like, their whole focus was weapons, and then they got into, like, the energy business. There's a lot of real, like, mega corporations like that, right? That they start in something, and they get richer in something different. I mean, shit, it's not as crazy. It's not in a negative way, but like NVIDIA, right? Like they do GPUs, but now they do like AI, right? Like AI and all that stuff is like really where they make their money. One of the things they created back then was a rocket engine, or like Meta, or like all these companies that are now expanding. It's like all kinds of million things. The possibility of going to Amazon. The possibility of going to space caused all sorts of excitement. Our dreams became bigger than ever. They poured more and more of their budget into the project, churning out prototype after prototype. Finally, they managed to make the rocket you're standing in right now, the Shinra number 26. To fly it, they chose the best pilot in the whole company, no, in the whole damn world, me, as if there was any doubt. At long last, the day of launch came. Everything was going as well as you could ask for. Thanks to that slowpoke Shera, the whole thing went to pot. After all, after that, Shinra got stingy. I'm kind of mad at the new translation because I expect him to say the whole thing went to shit. They nixed our whole space development program. After all the hope they gave us, after all their talk of space being the future, it was all over once they realized Mako could turn a better profit. Nobody so much as glanced at the space program after that. Money, cash, kale. Kale? That's all they ever care about. My dream was just a number in a spreadsheet to them. Damn, right? Like, and that is true of like how Shinra runs over people, right? Like, that's true of like a lot of companies when they run over people, lay off people. Square Enix. I've been laid off, right? Like, you are just a number in a spreadsheet a lot of times, even if you're like contributing a lot, you know? Look at this bucket of rust. I was supposed to fly this rocket to the stars. I was supposed to be the first man in space. Now it just stands here, tilting a little more each day. At this rate, who knows which will happen first, this thing falling over or me kicking the bucket. That's a good line. Only hope I've got left is this new president who's coming to visit. So in this moment, right, like he's preparing mentally. Like when you meet Sid in the original, the context is he's like standing in the rocket, which is like this rotting thing that was his dream, right? This like, well, not rotting maybe, but like this rusting thing that was his dream. He's standing in it, thinking about that. His headspace is there. And he's thinking about the fact that like President Rufus is coming to town and he's hoping to like get the space program back up. And so he's very agitated on this specific day. And And I think that contributes to like when you see him lash out. And then that came to define his entire character. Then everyone just sees Sid as like a dude who's angry and curses. That's all he does. That's like the singular characteristic that people attach to Sid. And I get it. It is the first impression that he makes, right? But there's way more to him. And there's like another video I'll show you after we finish this dialogue. Only hope I've got left is new president who's coming to visit. I think if you leave and you come back, you can like do the rest of the dialogue. But before we do that, let me bring up this other dialogue. I brought it up before on stream, so anybody who's like been in these streams before may have seen it. But I like to bring it up just in case anybody hasn't seen it. And it was in my playthrough leading up to Rebirth.
It might be whole.
But it's after you get the high wind.
I said maybe.
Browser. So here in this dialogue, I mean, it's pulled up on the right thing.
Here, this guy.
But there's this mechanic who talks about like, oh, when we first came here, everyone was here, right? You know, everyone, the president, Scarlet showed up. Even Sid, the legendary pilot. And he was looking around the ship, looking really, you know, nostalgic. He even talked to us. I couldn't believe it. I was so impressed. He was every bit as warm-hearted as we'd always heard. If you ask anybody, any FF7 fan, to describe Sid Highwind, the last phrase they would use to describe him would be warm-hearted, right? Like, that's not Sid Highwind. Sid Highwind isn't fucking warm-hearted. He's a prick. He's a, you know, drink your goddamn tea guy. But there is like precedent in the original for him to like be seen as more than that, right? As like a warm-hearted guy. So we just always see him, we meet him in this context. So, you know, it really sticks with us, and I get it. And it's also like one of the first characters in a game like this, rewind back to like the 90s too, where he's like, you know, a character to be that aggressive and mean is like different, you know, like he stood out, and so he really stuck with us. Just added some lines about Sid loving Auburn. I'm sure Prop would love that. Silver, I'm only seeing that right now. That's so funny. He's tsundere. I don't know enough about anime terms. Like, I know I've seen tsundere before, but I don't know exactly what it means. I feel like half his dialogue is censored too. Yeah, doesn't kind of make it worse. The only person who's being mistreated is his wife. He's a little misogynistic, maybe. I do wonder how they're going to handle that. Like, that might be the one thing they might dial back a little bit. I do think he's going to say, drink your goddamn tea. It's too iconic of a line. I think he will say, you know, sit down and drink your goddamn tea. I think he will say that. But how aggressive he is to Shera, he might be a little aggressive. I don't think he'll be as aggressive. Because it is part of his arc, so it should be there, right? Like, he should be really short with her. He should be sort of mean to her, because it is part of his arc, right? Like, once he realizes what she actually did, that she did kind of save his life, it should be there. I think he might be distant to her. It could be that, like, he might be cold, right? Like, he might not be mean, but he might be like very like I said, short, so he might not say a lot to her. Might be very distant, cold, like you're saying, JV Dragoon. Yeah, let's talk to him again. So what can I do for? Is it true that Rufus is coming? Sure is, and I got a damn fine feeling he's bringing good news. The space program's starting up again, mark my words. So here again, he's like, his headspace is, Rufus is coming in, he's gonna restart the space program, mark my words. He might be, you know, trying to manifest it, you know? I don't know how much he actually believes it. But, you know, that's where his head's at. And then Rufus comes to town, shits on his shit. Apparently I'm cursing now since it isn't. But like really like stomps on his dreams, again. And so that also contributes to it. Tsundere characters are both spiky and soft. Sometimes they lash out, but sometimes they're the sweetest softies. That is him. That is definitely him, Motionista. Thank you. I wasn't even talking to you. I was yelling at the thing, yeah. Basically, they lash out to hide their tender feelings, yeah. Guess that's what you get with a young buck in the president's seat. A man with dreams. Dreams? We're gonna be talking about it in Crisis Core playthrough. If you watch anything Sleep Easy related, Dreams, big deal. Rebirth, Dreams is all over the place. They do talk a lot about dreams, but yeah. So what can I do you for? I'm gonna borrow the tiny Bronco. The hell you saying? That baby's my pride and joy. I can't just let you borrow her. Dude, tell me. I mean, embrace your dreams, Sid. Embrace your dreams and your soldier honor. And protect your honor as a pilot. Like in Yakuza 5. I have not played the Yakuza games, actually. There's somebody at work who I was talking to who's like, I didn't realize was into games. And he's big into Yakuza, and he was like, yeah, at the very least, you need to play Yakuza 0. And yeah, maybe I will. There's so many games to play, though. Ah, Cloud, right? Speaker, a sweet southern lady. Was the captain able to help you? Not really. I see. Welcome home. Shit, Shera. How can anybody be so damn slow? We got guests. Serve him some tea already, you useless snail. I'm sorry. I hope this translation didn't fix or didn't change the goddamn tea line. It better not. No need to trouble yourself. Shut up. None of that prissy shit. You sit your ass down and drink some goddamn tea. Damn it, now you got me all riled up. Yo, Shera, I'll be out back tuning at the Bronco. Don't forget that tea, you hear me? You useless snail. He said the line, he did. Who's Shera? Sorry about that. We must have set him off. Don't worry about it. He's always like that. He's always like that. Spoiler alert, she forgot the tea. Always? And you just keep quiet while he lays into you like that? No, it's what I deserve. If I hadn't been so clumsy. I'm the one who crushed his dream. What happened? Oh, we did the backstory with her. I almost forgot. This is one of my favorite tracks in FF7. Let's enjoy it. Ah! Imagine the song in a symphony. I don't know, man. I'm torn. Like, it's so good in this form. I'm sure they'll do it well in part 3, but there's something just, even the sound of even the like 90s MIDI sounds on this track. This is probably the one track I'm like the most attached to the original sound of. So we'll see. I hope they do it justice. They usually have done the songs justice, but this one's so good. And what's so important about this one is like how gentle it is in a lot of ways, right? Like these moments where it's just like the harp or whatever it is, like strumming. It's just so simple. Yeah, it just needs to be like a simple flute, the simple strumming of whatever that is. Harp, maybe. I think I said harp already, but oh, so good. Get your ass in gear. You're like a goddamn turtle. The moon's gonna be in a different cycle by the time you're done working. Oh my god, this is a new translation. This line is fucking hilarious. The moon's gonna be in a different cycle by the time you're done working. See, and here's how he can still be funny without being a dick, right? Like, that's a funny line. That's a Southernism if I've ever heard one. Yeah. So sorry, sir. Stop wasting time checking those oxygen tanks. You're a diligent worker, Shera, and that's a good thing. But it's pointless fussing around this much. Those tanks wouldn't fail even if hell froze over. No buts. I know you got brains. Now pick up the pace and put them to use. Now this is a new translation, but he does say stuff like this in the like original localization. Like he does like reaffirm her. He does say like, you know, you're smart, you're good. You just gotta like, you're just getting in your own way. That's basically what he's saying. So like, it's just because he's so aggressive that it can come across really mean, but he's not totally a dick, right? Like it is assumed that a thing in a way that I forgot who brought it up. Shoot. What's her name again? Motionista. That Motionista mentioned. This is a flashback for the 90s MIDI synth. Yeah, it really works. He's got a lot of tough love, right? Yeah. Sorry. Then he became bitter after the rocket failed, yeah. Captain, our dream is finally coming true. We're so proud to be part of the launch of the Shinra 26. Preparations are all complete, Captain. All that's left is liftoff. All right, just leave it to me. I'll be back before you know it. You can do it, Captain. Fly your dream to outer space. Damn, the dream thing. Like, I know dreams are like a common thing, but like, I don't think I noticed it so much. We'll be praying for you, sir. All systems are go. The Shinra number 26 is ready for launch. Engine pressure rising. Shinra number 26 launching in T-minus 3 minutes, commencing countdown. At long last. What's going on? Come in, Captain Sid. We have an emergency situation. One of the mechanics is still on board in the engine room. What? Who is the little shit? Unclear, sir. Patching you through to the engine room. Hey, which one of you dumbasses is still on board? It's me, Captain. Shera. Please, don't worry about me. Just go ahead with the launch. Shera! The hell are you still doing in there? I couldn't stop worrying. The oxygen tank results weren't what they should have been. You goddamn idiot! Come lift off. Wait. Oh, come lift off. That room's gonna be hotter than piss in a desert. I don't remember that line either. Hotter than piss in a desert? Where'd my accent go? I don't know. It's loose. If you're still in there, you'll be burnt to a crisp. You hear me? You're gonna die. I don't mind. I don't mind is crazy. I don't mind is a crazy reaction. If I could just get this fixed, the rocket launch will be a success. I'm nearly done. Nearly done? You're gonna die in there, Shera. Sid, we're running out of time. We have to commence the countdown. Starting engine. Hey, hold on a goddamn minute. Shera's still in there. What's it gonna be, Captain? If we cancel the launch now, it'll be another 6 months till we can try again. Damn it, Shera, you trying to make me a murderer? This is good drama. This is so good, right? Like, fuck, like, when they do this in part 3, it could be so good, because you can see him, like, really wrestling with this. Like, he's like, which I always felt that, but like, just going through it again with you guys, it's just like, it's so good. It's also why they, to the point of like moving Rocket Town, where like, this is so juicy and meaty, like it is so good that like, this would have felt weird in the last set of Rebirth chapters, I feel like, right? Like, it's just like starting a whole new plot thread. So it would have been weird to like drop this into like chapter 11. This is so good. Captain. Shera! Finish with tank number 7, sir. I just need to check number 8 and we'll be all clear. Come on, Shera, hurry up! If you don't, you're gonna die. Engine ignition in T minus 30 seconds. Oh, she's fucked. Commencing countdown. Sid, you have to give up on Shera. There isn't enough time. I mean, I wonder how they're gonna write that, because that's fucking crazy too. Like, Shinra should just go, like, just these like countdown people, the engine control, just being like, you gotta let her go, fuck it. Engine ignition, 15 seconds. Ah, the moon. Outer space, my dream. Engine ignition achieved. Fuck! That's not censored anymore. She should be dead, by the way. Officially, she's dead. Like, I know he stops it technically here, but that shit took off for like 8 seconds. She's dead. She's gone. Like, she's fucking gone. Luckily, it's a fantasy video game, so she's alive still, but she should be dead. She should be very fucking dead. Yeah. He flipped the emergency engine shutdown switch. He canceled the launch to save my life. After that, the space program was scaled back, and all further plans to launch a rocket were suspended. So you see, it's my fault. It's because of me Sid's dreams slipped from his grasp. That's why I don't mind. Doesn't matter what the captain thinks of me. I need to make up for what I did to him. What the hell, Shera? You still ain't serving tea? I'm sorry. What? You're just gonna stand there? Too good for captain's hospitality? How's it taking move for so long? Yeah, long time no see. I don't know what voice I just pulled for Palmer. Making him fucking sound like Goofy. Yeah, long time no see, Sid. How's your favorite little pilot? That's not even Goofy. I don't know what that is. Well, for the fat man Palmer. You sure kept me waiting. So, what's the skitty? When's our space development program starting up again? Beats me. You should take it up with the president. He's outside. Still the same old useless bubba gut. I prefer big boned. Oh, is that tea? You got butter? Is that tea you're making? I wouldn't mind a cup of tea too, with lots of sugar and honey. Oh, and don't forget the lard. The lard is the butter. I wonder if President Rufus came to resume the space development program. Have we met somewhere before? Say, is that tea ready yet? I like it with lots of sugar and honey and a good spoonful of lard. I don't know what voice. He's like switching accents. He's switching everything as I say his lines. What do you mean it ain't starting up again? I got all excited for nothing? So if not, then what the hell did you come out the way out here for? I'd like you to lend me the tiny Bronco. By the way, plot-wise, and chat, I want to know your opinion. This doesn't really make much sense, right? Like, he technically has the high wind. Like, he has access to the high wind. I don't understand why he comes for the tiny Bronco. Actually, not only does he have the high wind, he has Relnikas, Gelnikas. Like, he has so many vehicles to take him north. It doesn't really make any sense. So I assume they're gonna rewrite that. Well, they don't even need to have this, right? Because we have the tiny Bronco already. So yeah, they don't even need to write this. We're currently pursuing Sephiroth, but it seems we've been heading the wrong direction all this time. He needs the legendary pilot skills. No, but technically they're talking about the high wind still being worked on many plot points ago. I don't remember that, yeah. Now we finally have a firm idea. I don't think they'll have to do this anyway, but they won't have to do the tiny Bronco plot point with Rufus, at least. Now we finally have a firm idea of where he's headed. Problem is, it's across the ocean, and we're going to need that plane of yours to follow. Shit. First the airship, then the rocket, now the tiny Bronco? Wasn't enough you Shinra bastards stealing my chances to go to space? Now you want to take the sky from me too? Dear. You seem to have forgotten it's only thanks to Shinra that you ever got to fly in the first place. What do you say? Excuse me, you three. Please follow me. Yeah, this whole part is likely going to be merged with the huge Monteria plot. Yeah, that makes sense. I forgot about the helicopters and Gelnikas. Yeah. You said he wants to use Tiny Bronco, right? Seems like Palmer's preparing to take it himself. Maybe you should have a chat with him. Fucking Palmer. Hey, you fat fuck. I'll just chat. I'm not being fat phobic. I myself am like fairly fat. I'm just like channeling the energy of Sid. You know, he got me worked up. I'm sorry. Why do I have to do the dirty work? I'm the director of the Space and Aeronautics. Subtext canceled. Aeronautics division, for crying out loud. Caught in 1080p. Look, you know, I'm not far from Palmer, size-wise. I'm really not. I need to work on it and trying. All right, I mean, he's a little more, but still. We'll be taking that plane. Haven't I seen you somewhere before? That's right, the Shinra building. You were there after the president was killed. Ugh, yuck. Why does he keep saying ugh, yuck? Why is he so goofy-coded? Guards. Here we go. The twerk master. The twerk master. I don't know why I'm doing Mantra Magic. I'm sure Cloud could probably do more damage just hitting him regular. Yeah. That feels like overkill. And he's still hanging. He's still hanging. I'll give it to him. I'm fucking him up. He's still hanging. All right, now he's done. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, ooh. Na 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 na. Whoa. They need to do all of that, especially the truck. Maybe Shinra will take advantage, take the high winds to Rocket Town to scavenge what's left of the rocket and other aircraft, letting the party an opportunity to snatch a set of wings. Yeah. Sorry, I'm rereading Tahoe's message. Maybe Shinra will take the high winds to Rocket Town to scavenge what's left of the rocket and other aircraft, letting the party an opportunity to snatch a set of wings. Oh, maybe. I do like... Okay, so hear me out, chat. Hold on, I can say, like, lower this. I do like, though, like, stealing the high wind as part of, like, an expanded Junon escape scenario, like set piece. Like if they have, you know, Tifa and Barrett sort of like locked up, and then like Yuffie and the rest of the crew, you actually play as them stealing the high wind. Like if we actually get to play the sequence of like stealing the high wind, and we go back and forth between like Tifa trying to escape and then like the rest of the other crew stealing the high wind, that would be a cool set piece to me. So I kind of want to like try to steal the high wind again and let that be playable. I think that'd be really fun. I can't shut it down. Don't worry, just climb on. So the scene with Junon, yes. Yeah. I want to try flying it. Aerith is not the time. Not the time to try to learn how to fly a plane. Also, yes, this did not make sense. Like, they just steal and they fly it. They're not pilots. Like, it's fun. It works. Nobody's in the pilot seat. There's no pilot. It's just going. It works for a PS1, for a goofy PS1 game. But yeah, it doesn't make sense. Cloud, don't let them escape. Like, this is done. It makes a lot more sense how they did it in Rebirth. Getting the tiny Bronco. Shit, her tail's been hit. And then, like, the tiny Bronco going down because it has, like, too many people because Vincent joined the party. Time for an emergency landing. Here comes a real big splash. Hold on to your drawers. There ain't no fucking pilot. This is all up to fate. Suddenly is a spear now. Yeah. What are they hanging on to? I don't know. Hopes and dreams. Cloudhopper. Chadley is remotely controlling the plane. Oh, there we go. Passavla cracked it. Yeah, that sounds cool. Trying not to speculate too wildly and get my hopes up. Remember, before Remake, and people were thinking it would be an open world game in Midgar. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We did not get enough, like, exploration of Midgar. They got our hopes up, right? Like, Chapter 2, when you get to explore Sector 8? Or Sector 1? I forget which one it is. When you get to explore, like, the upper plate, the only real chance... Well, Chapter 4, you, like, explore Jesse's parents' neighborhood, but there's not much there. It's just a residential area. I really wanted to see more of, like, upper Midgar. And, yeah, hopefully, maybe we get more of it in Return to Midgar, but in the Return of Midgar, they have a lot of stuff to do. So, it's not like we're going to have a leisurely stroll, right? Like, I could see the devs going the extra mile and like making more of Midgar for you to just explore just in like free time. Even if I guess it's New Game Plus, I don't know. Cause like Midgar gets like reshaped. Like they bring the canon over. Yeah, I don't know. We may never get as much of Midgar as we hope for, right? Don't think she'll fly no more. Maybe we can still use it as a boat? Shit. Do whatever the hell you want. What about you?
where you go from here? Good question. My bridge is burnt with Shinra. Now I've had it up to here with that damn town. What about your wife? Think you want to be with Shera? What? Don't make me laugh. Just the thought of being married to that broad makes my skin crawl. Hey, Sid. I'm sure Shera's a cutie, by the way. How about you all? What's your plan? We're trying to track down a man named Sephiroth, and we'll have to deal with Rufus and Shinra too, eventually. Can't say I understand all that. But hell, at least it sounds exciting. Sign me up. How about it, guys? I vote yes. Glad to be aboard, numbskulls. Numbskulls? That's right. Anybody fool enough to go against Shinra these days gotta be a numbskull. Take it as a compliment. So, where to now? Rufus said he planned on following Sephiroth to the Temple of the Ancients chat. Well, we're not doing that now, but I will get us to the next destination and save. He said that, but where is it? Temple of the Ancients. Damned if I know. All that shit Squeak said is they'd head in the wrong direction, so they're probably somewhere far away from here. Let's find land first and gather more information. So yeah, so we're going to Gold Saucer technically, but I think you have to talk to some random dude first, right? That's a break out the old paper. I'm not going to Wutai now. I'm saving that. I barely just got Yuffie. She's not she doesn't have shit. Cat in the Keystone. East of Gongaga Village is a weapon seller. Right. Let's find Gongaga. Oh, let me see what chat said. Wait, when would it make sense for Chadley to get into the high wind controls? Oh, you guys were, that was just a joke. Would be kind of silly to be an open world Midgar and Remake when thinking about it, since they never had the chance to explore the other places. More characters, Midgar. Okay. Sidinger's relationship reminds me of Varric and Jody from Legend of Korra. I don't know Legend of Korra, so I'll take your word for it. Where is Gongaga? Man, they really set you up to go to Wutai, right? They're like, let's take land, let's go find land, and then there's it literally leads you right to the Wutai land, and then once you run up here, I'm pretty sure it's right around here that Yuffie steals your shit. Not me. I'm no sucker. That's Rocket Town. Wait, where the hell is Gongaga? It's Cosmo Canyon. This has got to be this way that I'm going, right? Hope I went the right way. I think it needs to cross through a stream. Yeah. I hope I didn't miss it. Oh, it's Midgar over there. Damn, I missed it.
Why does I forget exactly where Gongaga is, even on this map? Because, like... That's got to be Pharrell, Gold Saucer. Gongaga was on the first continent, wasn't it? I have a map. Gongaga's J. Oh no, it's down there on the western continent. It's south. I'm north right now. Like a big dummy. Mouse is bothering me. Here's the kicker. No dot for it. Yeah, there's no dot for it. It's crazy town. Can I go through that river? Can't remember. I felt like you can, actually. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Another customer. You sure picked an out-of-the-way place. Though if it's for the keystone you're looking for, I'm sorry to say you're a hair too late. Don't got it no more. Keystone? What, you mean that ain't what you came for? The keystone's a special object that can open the door to an ages-old temple, though I couldn't tell you where to find it. I do know that it used to belong to the ancients, though. Ain't that something? The Temple of the Ancients. Haha. You shouldn't be so quick to take my word. It's just an old legend I heard. What I love about this place is like these swords up here. It's like, bro, give me one of these. Got any spare swords or anything? Any news? All the weapons you see here are made by me, though lately I've been having trouble getting materials. It's just a legend. Come think of it, I heard talking about the ultimate destructive. It's like a typical, you know, RPG thing where it's like, I don't really know nothing, but you know, come think of it. I heard talk of an ultimate destructive spell. Supposedly it's hidden inside that ancient temple. Like, damn, you sure seem to know a whole lot. You know, like, ultimate destructive spell. What'd I say about taking my word? Like, how does this fucking guy? You know, it's just old RPG thing though. They just have that kind of stuff. I'm not doing it, chat, but I am gonna get us there. Ezo knows all, I'm sure. Yeah. Speaking of other continent shit. Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure that like now is like the good time to get the other enemy skill stuff, right? Like now is the time where you can get big guard and all that stuff because you have the vehicles. I'm pretty sure. So I might do that in between the stream and the next stream. So I'll stop here. I'll save right beside you for big guard. Oh, is it really right here? But I have to do something, right? Don't I need to like use manipulate or something, or like something? There's like something I need to do to get big guard, right? Either way, I could look it up. Manipulate, yeah. I'll do that, I think, off stream because it is getting late. It's 11:30. I do want to play tonight before I go to bed. I do want to play whatchamacallit, Dispatch. The final episodes of that dropped So I want to check that out. I'm going to raid into somebody, for people who are here on Twitch. We're going to drop into... Let's drop in on Buttery Flaky for anybody who is here. She was the one who was really funny, remember? Who did that tier list with Jess. Let's go raid into her because she's streaming. I just need to go to my creator thingamabob. But also, before you all go, do my ending screen. And then I need to mute that. Sunday, November 16th is the next stream. We will be checking out probably Wick, who has been in this community, has a new video about Zach that I do want to check out. So we might check that out. And then obviously we're going to play Crisis Core Reunion. I'm trying to stick to maybe only like one video for each of these like streams that we do. And we have plenty to watch. So we'll do that. We'll check that out. We'll play Crisis Core Reunion. But let me start this raid. So yeah, I will see you all on Sunday. The raid will be commencing in very shortly. Again, we're raiding into Buttery Flaky, who had the hilarious tier list on Jess Capricorn's stream that we watched on Sunday. Thank you again, Kensworth, Cloudhopper, Tejo, Silvertooth, Lazy Black Dragon, Rollin, Cammy Dalamud, which is a sick name. I think that's a purposeful FF14 reference. FVD, Osmosis, and everyone else who is still in chat. Thank you for hanging out so long. We're going to raid out on Twitch. For everyone on YouTube, you can check out the VOD. We'll see you all Sunday. See you later.